true Biafran. MAZI NNAMDI uniquely brings to you Radio Biafra live broadcast by the eminent supreme leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB. MAZI NNAMDI KANU. The evening broadcast, live, and direct, on the 7th day of April, 2015. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Browse Biafran restoration websites at www.ipob.org and radiobiafra.co. Also browse our website at www.biafran.org to learn more about Biafra history. Visit our YouTube channel more often for the very best of Biafran videos. Enjoy it.
We have emerged triumphant from all our foes. Through the crucible unscathed, we passed victorious. Our trumpets pealing the glorious song. Play it, sing it, all hail Biafra.
Good evening, wonderful people. Great Biafrans, wherever you are on the face of this very planet. Once again, welcome you to Radio Biafra live transmission on this very day, the 7th day of April in the year of our Lord 2015. Wherever you are, it is my delight and pleasure to welcome you. I do so in the fullness, in the knowledge that Chukwu Abiyama is God. Therefore, irrespective of what you're doing, regardless of where you are, we must welcome you. And in so doing, we ask you to welcome other people as well. This is your radio station that you fund. This is your radio station that you support. This is the radio station that you said must lead you and preach the truth. At the same time, organize, make sure that you know who your blood brothers are, your blood sisters, your uncles, your relatives all over this very planet. This is our voice to the whole of humanity. This is where we preach the truth uncompromisingly, not minding who gets upset or who doesn't. Whose business is it anyway? It doesn't matter to us. As long as we preach the truth the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Therefore, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to some of you. We welcome you once again to our PM offering, our evening edition of our twice daily broadcast to the rest of humanity, that we may continue to ceaselessly preach this very gospel the way it was originally intended. We are not going to do anything else, because Chukwu Abiyama is with us. We do nothing without worshiping the throne of heaven, where Chukwu Abiyama is resident. Chukwu Kobo Obege Madu. Therefore, creation itself this evening, as we always do, we honor you and we praise you. We adore your holiness. We exalt you in truth and honesty. You have checked our hearts, and there is nothing hypocritical about it. Our pledge, our commitment, our submission to your will is total and unrelenting. Therefore, you will have mercy upon your children. You will visit us with kindness and with grace, that as we stutter and stumble, as we fall and as we rise, as we encounter day-to-day struggles of this very magnitude designed to deliver your children from the clutches of darkness, we pray for your mercy, we pray for your love, we pray for your understanding, because we have nobody else. We don't have the superpowers of this world, because there is no superpower greater than you. Some people call your name, they say they believe in you, but they do not have faith in that very belief which they profess. Here on this very platform that you singularly ordained, here on this very platform, on this very studio, on this very device, on this very platform which you determined must come into existence, we trust you absolutely. When we say there is no greater force on earth than that of creation, we mean it absolutely. When we say that only your grace can give us Biafra, we also mean it. It doesn't matter how many superpowers gather against us. It doesn't matter how many of them are against our will and your purpose for us. We are going to emerge triumphant, because before we did not worship you very well. Before we never knew who you were. We never even worshipped you in your name. We did not offer praise and thanks in your name. But now we know that you are Chukwu Abiyama. When somebody comes close, they will know who you are. We have come close to you. You have shown us your mercy, you have shown us your love, and you have shown us your enduring steadfastness, that we may go forward and preach this very gospel that is your truth, that light may come into the lives of your children, darkened by their existence, or should I say, unwitting association in the damnable zoological republic. We honor you and we praise you. We ask you, as always, to come and accept our praise and our thanks, not because we are anything extraordinary, because we are not even worthy. We are not worthy, but we present ourselves before your grace, before your throne, and before the entirety of humanity listening this very evening on CHK 97.6, on CHK 88.0, on satellite and also online, that we trust, we believe, our hope is in thee. Please don't abandon us. Chukwu Abiyama n'igwe, you will not abandon your children. And we know you will not. When your country comes, your nation, we will use it as sacrifice to your holiness. We will use Biafra as a sacrificial lamb to your honor and your enduring grace, that our children and their children and their children and their children, until time when we are incapable of calculating, will know that you're God. They will reference this very period. They will say that, for the Lord showed kindness to our fathers, for he set us free from the bondage cast into. not by any acquiescence on our part. We did not agree to become part of the zoo. But one white man and one white woman from Britain decided to enslave millions of the children of the Most High God, Chukwu Abiyama. You will bring us out of it. You will give us the strength and the fortitude to go and fight and win this war that is to come. It will come, no doubt about it, but we will prevail because Chukwu Abiyama, you are on our side. Therefore, every praise that we have to offer, every adoration, everything that we do in offering of praise can only go to your name and no other person, because you are God. So that in the end, we will worship you in this very land that our ancestors worshipped you in forever and ever. You see, my name is Nnamdi Kanu. I am the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra all over this planet. We are in over 88 countries and counting. I also happen to command all the armies of Biafra, and there are many of them. Some of you are a bit premature. You want action today, tomorrow. I want action and will commit these men into battle at a time I know we are going to win. That time is not now. In the same vein, I am the director of Radio Biafra. Therefore, by the very special grace of heaven and not of this very earth, I will now, tomorrow, and always remain a faithful, obedient, loyal servant of the wonderful people of Biafra. I welcome you once again, and I will at this point ask the very eminent barrister to use the same means by which he gets hold of me to try and contact us this evening, because I would wish him to participate in our program this very evening. And to the rest of you, please wait, be prepared. Once our lines open, we will be at liberty to invite you to speak, and when you do so, the whole world will be able to hear you. The terrorists came to Owerri today. At that Owerri meeting, they came to coronate Okorocha as an Igbo leader. Sometimes I get frustrated because people it's either they don't take the lesson that we offer here very seriously, or that their retentive ability, I should say, in terms of their memory, always fails them. I have said it repeatedly on Radio Biafra that Hausa men choose Igbo leaders, and you thought I was joking. The reason why sometimes I come back from the precipice is because Chukwu Abiyama reveals things to us and we see things before they happen. The barrister has come to me. And for that very purpose, how can an Hausa man, a terrorist, to come to Owerri to tell Igbo people this is your leader in Okorocha? What does that tell you about you? Can I go to Kanu and say to the Emir of Kanu, the mother, Sanusi, that this is an Hausa leader? That is how low we have fallen. We even look for credibility from those of them that kill us. That is how bad things have become in the bosom, in the land that Chukwu Abiyama made. I will go to the barrister before I go on to present our news headlines and accompanying news summary. I will ask the barrister if he can hear me to please proceed very kindly and graciously, please, to accept the very effervescent presence of the wonderful people of Biafra all over the world, IPOB families wherever they are, but collectively and indivisibly, the indigenous people of Biafra. Goodness me, we are formidable. We are exceptionally formidable, for goodness sake. And Chukwu Abiyama will bear us witness to that as well. All over the world, in over 88 countries, we are there. That is why we are able to execute projects here with clinical efficiency. And we will continue to do so without prevaricating, no retreat and no surrender. And I'm sure that the barrister himself concurs. Barrister, if you can hear me, please, you may proceed.
Good evening, Director.
Good evening, Barrister.
Good evening, all our brothers and sisters who are seated with Director. This evening program, our PM, we greet all of you. We thank you for all the support you give to Director, all the support you give to Biafrans and you give to Radio Biafra to facilitate our program, to make sure that what we're doing is going in a corrective manner. We thank all of you. We are very grateful. We are also grateful to all Biafrans around the world, east, west, north, or south, those who are doing their level best in contributions, supporting us financially, also ensuring that our journey back home is smooth. We respect all of you. We thank you. This is your home. We don't need to beg you to get involved in what's supposed to be your nation. It is a call that you must answer, except those who are not of Biafran origin. But I tell you, if you're of Biafran blood, you will do accordingly, and you will do as others are doing. For those who are very steadfast with us, we thank you immensely. We thank you each and every time we open up Radio Biafra, giving you the assurance that what you're doing will eventually yield results, the desired results that we are clamoring for. We are not making mistakes here. I will tell you that one day your visions, the dreams, will be realized in no time. And we thank Director himself, Commander, the de la creme of Radio Biafra, the only man who speaks worldwide. He will stand at the place, and his voice is heard in the whole world. Director Chukwuabiama will always infinitely grace you, bless you, your family and those around you. Of course, in no time, we will be together to celebrate that Chukwuabiama ordained our coming up, ordained Radio Biafra, and ordained Biafra that has to be restored. It's our country. We are not looking to get into another person's country. We are not looking for somebody else's property. It's only our own. For what belongs to us, that is what we're after. Biafrans, I have to assure you that what we're doing is legal, it's legitimate. It is right that what was taken away from us by force, we have to take it back in peace, in any way that we could, because it belongs to us. You cannot be in your house and you're ejected, and then you're standing aside and begging to come back into your house. The house you built. No, the law of man does not support injustice. Even the law of spirit does not support injustice. Satan himself knows his boundaries. Hold your own, let me hold my own. Do not trespass. And for those who have already contravened, we need to go back home to grab what belongs to us. And that is why we are preaching every evening. That is the only reason why we talk to you. That's the only reason why we ask you to contribute. Nothing else. Only one radio station agenda. Restoration of Biafra. That's why we talk to you every day. That's why we talk to you every evening, every night, every afternoon. Biafra restoration. No other agenda. Good evening to all of you, Director. I'm here with you.
Good evening, the very eminent barrister, and I expect you to be. We are live and we are direct, and all over this very planet, men, women, and children are listening. Radio Biafra is compulsive listening. You have to listen. Even if you don't like the message, you listen because you know we speak the truth. Eziokubondo Owere is being relocated, please. Because the person taking care of our station, where he smokes ganja. We. And as I told, that is why the army of Biafra cannot smoke Indian hemp. It's impossible. But because with Indian hemp comes evil spirit. I don't know if he's losing his mind. But in order to secure our equipment, for our equipment not to fall into the wrong hands, we are moving it from its present location to another place, because the person who is there running it for us is smoking Indian hemp. And if you smoke Indian hemp and you work for IPOB, you will be dismissed on the spot. It doesn't matter if you are a general officer commanding. Once you take mind-bending drugs, you are off. We are building the finest army that the world has ever known. This very class of 2015, this very army that we are building here is going to be the finest army known to man. Listen, in Africa, when you send an army into battle, they start to rape people, they start to kill needlessly, they begin to steal. That will not happen here. This army is well behaved, and they will distinguish themselves in battle. It doesn't matter who you are. As long as you smoke Indian hemp, you are off. You can't work with us. Go and keep taking drugs. Any day your brain is clear, you then come back to us. We are puritanical in that sense, because I am not a hypocrite. I don't believe that you can take mind-bending drugs and then think properly if an intelligence officer. I don't believe so. I don't believe that you need to take something to calm your nerves. If you don't have cool nerves, it means you cannot do the job. As simple as that. That is how strict we are. That is why our enemies need to worry, because we are very, very meticulous. Very, very meticulous. We are planning things in such a way that we can never fail. Of course, by the grace of heaven. Not that of us here on this very year. Thank you, eminent barrister. Very fluid and very lucid as always. Always captivating and very gripping. I welcome your company and your contribution every blessed day. The very eminent barrister and attorney at law, Barrister Mezu, all the way from London. Having acknowledged those of them who surround me here, having acknowledged, of course, those of them who are in London, making sure that this very signal is getting to them and being relayed to the whole world, I welcome the global family of IPOB. We are huge. Absolutely huge. That was exactly how Chukwu Abiyama intended it. Or whether you'll be back on again by tomorrow. And I heard even this morning, that CHK from Aba got to Umuahia this morning. Do you see, even Chukwu Abiyama is propagating our signal for us. Umuahia this morning, all the way to my house, to my compound, to the car parked near the fence. Inside it, they were able to receive CHK net 7.6. Oh my goodness me. 2015, things will happen. And you will know that Chukwu Abiyama Binigwe is God. You are about to witness it. We don't hate anybody, do we? We hate only those that hate us. If you hate us, I'm going to hate you. It's as simple as that. We love those that love us. We have regard for those that have regard for Biafra. And we are peace-loving people. But we have just found out that if you keep on talking about peace in this damnable zoological republic, nothing happens. We are making an appeal to the powers that be in the zoological republic, that before the white man came to create his country, his entity of darkness, the zoological republic, we were free people. I never knew who you were. My fathers never knew who you were. You were on your own. Why, therefore, did it take a white man from Britain to force us together to live together? And there is another yoke that I want us to break. The only black people from Africa who are famous are those that fought white people. There is no African who is famous for fighting black people and their ignorance. We are going to be the first. Our enemy is not white people. They've done nothing wrong. You take advantage of life. That is how life is. So if somebody comes into your village and you're daft, they'll take over your village. That is how nature, because nature abhors vacuum. That is how life is. If you park your brand new car outside without washing it, without driving it, if you leave it there for 20 years, it will degrade. I repeat. You can go and buy a brand new car to tell you how nature is. Nature is fascinating. If you park your car outside, no washing, no driving. Little microbes will eat it up. Your car will be reduced to nothing after many years. That's how nature is. If you don't protect something from outside will come and take it. If your body's immune system is not working, pathogens will kill you off immediately. They will kill you. Bacteria and virus will just devour you immediately. Do you know how wicked nature is? There are some bacteria in your body. From the day you were born, they are there. The only day they'll start working is the day you stop breathing. Their job is to decompose your body. That's only their job they have to do. Can you imagine that? They don't do anything else. They are in your body. You live to be 100 years old, 120, 130. They are just there waiting. The day you stop breathing, they go to work. That's how nature is. As soon as you stop being active, as soon as you stop defending something, attackers will come. That is how life is. There is nothing you can do about it. You only need to rise up and challenge it. So, Lugard coming here is a necessary thing. It is evil, that is true. But they are doing what they're supposed to do to find market and to go and look for where to steal. Until today, is Britain not stealing? Do they manufacture anything in Britain? Vauxhall doesn't belong to Britain, it's General Motors. BMW is being, in fact, they even sold Mini. Britain does not manufacture anything anymore. They have gone back to the way they are, which is to steal from all over the world, from us suspecting poor, wretched, third world countries. That's what they do. Britain has nothing. Else than they will tell you. Apart from the casino economy they have, the chacha about Canary Wharf, they don't have anything. What do they manufacture? Is it flat screen TV? No. Do they manufacture vehicles? No. They only have assembly plant. What do they manufacture in Britain? Nothing. Of course, they will tell you that in the field of biotechnology that they have, of course, I give them that. Biotech, they are very, very far away, head and shoulders above other people, yes. Maybe in a few. Even Rolls-Royce doesn't even make engine anymore for airline. They don't. That tells you all you need to know. How does Britain survive then? Is by stealing from wretched, backward countries like the Zoological Republic that they created. And that's how they find money to pay single parents money. You know, in England, you can come back from work and your wife will lock the door, and that is Wayagola is over for you. Do you understand that? And then they will go and start claiming benefit, and they'll be paying them. It's only in England and I'm sure in America that they pay a woman to leave the husband. You'll be paid. If you want payment, they pay you. Gezino Lotisa, welcome to the evil world that the British want to replicate everywhere else. The same thing is happening here in the zoo. They handed it over to their proxies, to their cronies, Awasa Fulani, to manage for them. And today, Buhari came to Owerri to tell Igbo people, this is your new Igbo leader. What is Igbo? It's a language anyway. It's not a people. I'm sure you got the lecture this morning. Igbo is not a people. Anybody opening their useless mouth to say Igbo nation is demented. They don't know what they are talking about. There is no intellectual, no cultural, there is no basis to agitate, to ascertain, to infer that Igbo people is a nation. It is not backed up by any verifiable, quantifiable historical evidence. There is none whatsoever. I am a scholar, therefore I don't posit any hypothesis that I cannot subject to empiricism. Is not possible. I must subject it to scientific test. When I told you that we come from the Holy Land via Egypt, that we came from Ethiopia, I have facts and proof. Not just mere speculation. Facts and proof. Make sure I give it to you. I said again, Biafra is 5,000 years old. I have proof. Not speculation. I don't speculate. This evening is not going to be like any other. We tell you where you come from, and we tell you where you're going to. We tell you where you're coming from and where you're going to, so people understand why we are here. We are here to preach the word of God that is true, We are here to broadcast the very good message that is the coming of the kingdom of God upon the face of this very earth. That is also correct. And we are here to let you understand that there are some Igbo speaking Biafrans that are incorruptible. People thought that was impossible before. It's not possible now. They must be corrupt. No, there are those who are incorruptible. There are those who are whiter than white and whiter than snow itself. There are those called by heaven to perform a very special duty. That duty is to restore the kingdom of heaven upon the face of the earth, which by the grace of Chukwu Abiyama, we are inclined to do. And we must do it or we all die here. Lugard has no right to create a country in this part of the world. And with this very generation will not allow it to hold. If they like, let them keep conspiring. All of them. Oh, but we are white. And they are black monkey. They are from Africa. How dare they to tamper with what we white people from Britain created? That is why you have one Nigeria. That is why they always confuse Awusa. They dangled barrel of oil in front of Awusa. Awusa na soku asoku. Awusa people and the Fulani, they are not, you know Zeke and Nkrumah, the same Pan-Africa and Nyerere. Let us and Arab Moi. Let's unite Africans and Patrice Lumumba. Let's unite Africa as one. That is the bad thing about black. Whilst Nnamdi Azikiwe, Kwame Nkrumah, and Arab Moi, and even Jomo Kenyatta, and also Jomo Kenyatta, Arab Moi, I don't know, one of them, and Julius Nyerere especially, the teacher they call him, very intelligent man, I must tell you. They got together and said, Africa is one. How can we move forward? As they were holding the meeting, Ahmadu Bello sneaked away to the British. Ahmadu Bello. Hausa Fulani. African colonial fighters, then people fighting colonialism, the nationalists they call themselves, they got together, and as they were plotting how to free Africa, some African people ran back to the same white people to say, this is what we are planning. Master, can you give us something? Maybe make us oga. That was how Hausa Fulani emerged, through betrayal. That for you typifies black people. Mangosuthu Buthelezi did the same thing in South Africa. But Nelson Mandela was too smart for him. Do you remember him? The Freedom Party of Inkatha Freedom Party. Remember him? Buthelezi. The same thing that Sadwana of Sokoto did, Buthelezi did in South Africa, to try to undermine the freedom of his own people by working with white people. That is the brain of a black man for you. Their brain is where their problem lies, not in the high offices of Europeans or Americans. No. The person holding black people in Africa is the same African people, not white people. And if you want to identify the very basic characteristic, it lies in their brain. The brain of a black person has a problem. Maybe we need to develop a drug, maybe injection, so that their brains can be arranged in such a way to allow them to reason. Any day you begin to reason, you begin to see things very clearly. And how can you reason? Just listen to Radio Biafra. You begin to see things more clearly. You know those who are lying to you, those who are telling you the truth. It's a whole new perspective altogether. Everything becomes a lot clearer. Everything very clean and neat and tidy. That is what you need to know. This is Radio Biafra. We are live and we are direct, and humanity is listening. I will now proceed without further delay to present our news headlines and accompanying news summary. And then after that, we open our lines. I won't give you the numbers now. Some of you have it anyway. You even shared them. How did my private line even get out? That people are calling me on my private line. Amazing. I think it was given to one or two people. From there, it just spread like wildfire. And everybody is, most people are calling me on my private line. And it's a line that I have that once it rings, I know it's important, I must answer it. But now it's everywhere. So that means I have to change it again. This is Radio Biafra. We are live and we're direct. And of course, thank you, Nkem, for reminding us. Falklands is an example. In British, they have nothing. They are like a quarter, scavenging everywhere. If they see a collection of poor people, you see Britain, the land, and confuse one or two or three of you to act against the interest of the other people so they can be eating from you. That's what they do. They're like a parasite. And that was what they taught Hausa people. Hausa copied it perfectly well. That the Hausa man, what does Katsina produce? Can you tell me what they contribute to the economy? That's where Buhari comes from. What does Katsina contribute to the zoo economy? Apart from flies, EGG. What else? They may say Nama. Poisoned meat. And people are wondering, oh, but how come we say that we are not related to Israel? We are not part Jewish. And was I with you the other day when we saw a dead goat on top of Hausa lorry carrying food, dead goat. And do you know that here in this very land, we don't eat any animal that is dead? Do you know that? Yes. I don't think you know that. Umuntrona Township. Do you know that? Do you know you cannot eat any meat unless it's bled? You must cut it open from the throat and bleed it first. I wonder who else has the same tradition. We don't eat dead meat. We don't eat meat that is shot dead. Even if you go hunting, you shoot an animal and you kill it, you must still cut the throat open to drain the blood. Some will say, but it's also an Islamic tradition. And I say to them, Islam simply copied the Torah. To write the Quran, they copied everything that Moses wrote. And then they twisted it and said their prophet is the last one that is to come. And then he brought war and mayhem and death and destruction. And their agent is in the White House called Barack Hussein Obama, an Islamic man at the White House. Anyway, he will tell you, he just wanted his second term. Then he will show you people pepper, and that's what he's doing now. Typical black man. Typical, quintessential black man. Always found wanting. Inconsistency. How will you remember Obama? Obama said man should marry man, woman should marry woman, little children should marry a dog. A black president of America, your legacy that white people that built America did not do is to tell a man to marry a man. That's what you have done. And then to give nuclear weapon to a rapidly insane Islamic country in Iran to destroy Israel. Rubbish. Obama is a disgrace. Complete and utter disgrace. If I live in America, I will not vote for any black president because your brains are not developed enough to be president of a civilized country. In Africa, as usual. People without taste and class. No taste and no class. And I you accumulate debt inside your house. You come out onto the express on a highway and you throw it away. Mad people. Insane human beings. They're not humans anyway. Baboons and monkeys. Okorocha champions the affairs of Igbo, according to the terrorist Buhari, as he visits Owerri today. Okorocha is now Igbo champion. Why? Because he's close to Hausa man who is the president of the zoo. You know, you make me laugh, honestly speaking, Igbo. You make me laugh. So, you know, when somebody comes into the village and is posing, I have two friends who are Alhajis, you know. I know two Alhajis. And then their wayward daughter will come out and say, Daddy, I know 10 Alhajis. The father is busy boasting that he knows 2 Alhajis that can give him contract. The daughter came out and said, Daddy, I know 10 of them. But Ngozi, how do you know 10? How do you know 10 Alhaji? That is from school. I visit them. I know an Alhaji. Look at Okorocha. He knows Alhaji. That's why he's now an Igbo leader. Why? Because you're not an Hausa man. You all of a sudden you're an Igbo leader. I told you, when you see evil, you keep quiet. When Owazurike started kidnapping, you all kept quiet until they started kidnapping everybody. Owazurike brought in kidnapping into Igbo land. Who doesn't know that? Who doesn't know? It was in London I found out many people that have been kidnapped by this man. And I asked them, but why are you keeping quiet? Because I won't keep quiet. They said, he said he will blackmail us if we do anything. I said, you people are mad. I know a very prominent man. Very, very prominent. In fact, 4 of them. That Owazurike kidnapped. And said to them, if you say anything against me, I will blackmail you. I said to one of them, well, how much did you pay? One said, we paid about 300,000 naira because I told him I only just visited home. I don't have any money. I'm sure some of you know the Onyuke family. One of them was kidnapped and taken to an uncompleted building. Who asked those people in Masop to start kidnapping? Ifajuna of our time was Owazurike. The first people to start kidnapping in Biafra land were Masop members. Ask them, they will tell you. Who brought kidnapping into Igbo land, Owazurike? Am I lying? Ask them, they will tell you. They wrap it up in, we are doing agitation for Biafra. Is Biafra freedom? And it's Woshi. Everything is imbibed in satanic. Others will pick up the Bible. Jesus is coming. And they are thieves. The blood and Holy Ghost, the blood of Jesus. But these are thieves in the ocean. Using the Bible to steal. Owazurike cleverly used Biafra to steal. And because we are black people from Africa, anytime you are stealing from us with something so dear and so close to our heart, we fail to see it. We can't see it. When you go back, when you're about to sleep this evening, or after listening to us, you're going to work, just spare a thought and pray. Just pray, that's all. Pray for IPOB. You pray for RadioBiafra. Because they have come to save you. And in the process, make you far more intelligent. And remove you from the status of a monkey into that of a human being. Enugu blast. We have arrested 3 suspects. I thought they said there was no blast at Enugu. So why are they arresting people? The Inspector General of Police said today, we have arrested 3 suspects in connection with the Enugu blast. Oh God, the zoo. They make me laugh. Peaceful and loving election where everybody is happy together, having fun and cajoling each other. But in the midst of all these lies being fed to Barack Obama about peaceful elections in the zoo, arsonists have now burnt down APC Secretariat in Bauchi. Welcome to the zoo. I don't know why the world, everybody pretends nothing is happening. Offices are being burnt down, party headquarters being burnt down, people being killed needlessly, posters being torn, there is strife, and everybody is pretending everything is normal. Only black people can pull this off. And that is why they are black in Africa. And that is why Chukwuemeka sent us to come and enlighten them. Without Biafra, Africa will remain in darkness for eternity. Kenyan government have now accelerated the repatriation of Somali refugees after campus attack. You know, in Somalia, as I told you, what happened there, the handwriting was on the wall. What happened here was what happened over there. Jonathan was like Mohammed Siad Barre. They kept telling him, leave office, leave office. He said no. But in the case of Jonathan actually left. So in that regard, he must have listened to our advice, I think, and handed over to the terrorists. From incompetency to terrorism. Amazing stuff. Obama-Iran nuclear deal won't rest on recognition of Israel. Obama is saying that we will not force Iran to recognize Israel as a condition for doing the nuclear deal. But Obama forgot there was a Democratic president in America once. His name is Jimmy Carter. Camp David Accord between Menachem Begin, the then Prime Minister of Israel, and Anwar Sadat, the President of Egypt. Although that very deal cost Anwar Sadat his life. That is how you broker. Egypt wanted the Sinai Peninsula returned to them by Israel. Under the hawkish Menachem Begin, they said, we will return the Sinai Peninsula to you on condition that you recognize Israel's right to exist. And what Sadat did. That was the basis of the Camp David Accord. Some of you may hear about Camp David. Oh, how come Israel has an ambassador to Cairo? That was how it all started. To tell you. Now, something as massive as a nuclear weapon, Obama, don't you think it would be appropriate for Iran to recognize the right of Israel to exist? Because some idiots who claim they are Igbo, some wretched, illiterate, compound illiterates who are Igbo people, claiming that we shouldn't talk about Israel or campaign for Israel. Of course, on the Hausa to people fathered by Hausa men. The same hatred Israel is going through is the same hatred Biafra is going through, isn't it? Who loves you here? Oba of Lagos doesn't want to see you. The Shehu of Borno hates you. The Sultan of Sokoto wants all of you dead. Don't you know Israel is going through the same thing? If you ask Israel to pack away and go somewhere else, the same way you should pack away from a horse and go somewhere else. Pack away from Okigwe, go somewhere else then. So Awasa and their Fulani headsmen can take over. There is one thing that the children of the Most High God share in common. Even the indigenous populations of Ethiopia is coming under pressure from Islam as well, mind you. That led them 2 years ago to say, one Islamic man came to contest. You know what the Prime Minister told him in Ethiopia? That a visitor is always a visitor. That Muslims in Ethiopia, you people are visitors. They were chasing you from where you are. You ran here, we gave you land to settle. You cannot be Prime Minister in Ethiopia. Ask them, they will tell you. You know, we know many things, you know. Plenty of them. Obama is saying that Iran can be given nuclear weapon without recognizing Israel. A fatal error, indeed. But I am not surprised anymore because he's a black man and black people are given to disappointing people. But thankfully, in our case, it will be different because we announce it publicly. We confess our sins in the open. And he's also trying to sell the nuclear deal that he cut with Iran. He's trying to sell it to the whole world. And you know Netanyahu. You know when you love your country, is Netanyahu lost the senior brother at. Have you seen 90 Minutes at Entebbe? You've not seen the film called 90 Minutes at Entebbe. You've not seen it? About Israeli commando unit, very elite commando unit. They hijacked a plane. The Popular Front, I think, a Popular Front for PLO, including the Carlos the Jackal, then these Venezuelan master terrorists. They hijacked a plane. I don't know if it was El Al or whatever thing it was, and took the very plane, diverted it, and forced it to land in Uganda under the reign of Idi Amin Dada, the brutal dictator. You know, Idi Amin Dada, it reminds you of Sani Abacha. They embodied the evil that is a black man. Idi Amin is just plain black evil man. Very bad, I'm telling you. As black as charcoal, and the heart is black. Idi Amin Dada. Idi Amin said he is the conqueror of the British Empire. That he named himself Field Marshal. That he will be in charge of the hostages. That Israel should recognize Palestine, do this and all that nonsense. Israeli commandos came at night and painted themselves black as African people, came in and released all the hostages by one woman called Dora that was taken to the hospital because she was very ill, and the senior brother of Benjamin Netanyahu, the Israeli Prime Minister. The senior brother died in that very attack. He was the commander of the mission. He said he will not enter the aircraft until everybody is inside the aircraft. As he was about to go in, he was taken down by a sniper. And the brother died. Today he's speaking in defense of his country. And Netanyahu's son is serving in the Israeli army. That is what you do when you love your country. Not, if you see war, we fought a war before. The Israeli prime minister lost his senior brother defending Israel. His own son is in the army. When I say black people don't know patriotism, they think, do you know what it means? The love of your country it should be greater than how you love your wife and your children. To love your wife and your children, your mother, your father is natural. It takes something extraordinary for you to love everybody. You have to be a special human being to love everybody's child, and not just your own. That is what is patriotism. That is how we want all principal officers of state of Biafra to think. Not just your children, your wife, and your family. Think about other people's children. Are they doing well at all? Obama is unleashing mayhem against Israel for daring to oppose him. Obama is a terrorist at the White House, a terrorist at Aso, a very deadly combination. Akiolu, not APC spokesman, according to Tinubu and Igbo. There's a man of questionable. You know that Igbo man, he makes me laugh. He's a rent boy. You know, most Igbo politicians, they have Hausa boyfriends. And I said, if they push me, I'll mention names. They have Hausa boy, and I know all their boyfriends. Some of your so-called community leaders, Ochiros one, DK Nafai one. We have all their details. This one is Igbo. This man is a disgrace. This is the person that personifies everything that is hopeless about an Igbo man. His name is Igbo. He is living in Lagos. He's a Lagosian. The father is Yoruba, but he's answering an Igbo name. Born of a very wayward mother. If you doubt me, just go to Igbo and ask him, please, can we have your hair or your blood to go and do DNA test? Yeah, we don't go too far. We don't travel. We don't say what we don't know. Igbo, bring out your blood. You know that the man they are calling Igbo in the village is not the real father. Ask him and he will tell you. I took a risk. I was unlucky. Suspected drug mule. I took a risk. Everybody wants to get rich. As I was taking your oil, you're carrying drugs for people and you're being caught and sentenced. Igbos in Lagos dismisses Oba Akiolu's threat. Igbos in Lagos are the traders buying and selling. Obama appoints Muslim Brotherhood linked Muslim to head Center for Strategic Counterterrorism Communications. In other words, ISIS now has a communication network through which to communicate, courtesy of Obama and his people. Pat Utomi is an Igbo man, they said, or a Biafran. He's under attack for supporting the Oba of Lagos. I don't know why they're attacking him. I support the Oba of Lagos now. Are you not living in Lagos? Are you not an indigenous of Akokwa living in Lagos? Is Lagos your home? Whatever the man says that is what is going to happen. What can you do about it? The Oba of Lagos is the Oba of Lagos. South professionals, I don't know who they are, applaud Nigerians on peaceful polls. That is why we need our own newspapers to come out. Thankfully today, after servicing our printing press, it is now ready. Our printing press today, I can tell you, donated by somebody. Any problem with it? Our printing press is fine. Our printing press is okay. So very soon you will start seeing versions of Biafran newspapers to compete with the Zoo newspapers. Nigerian publishers are finished. Because in every Biafran publication you will see the truth. The news they deny you, we are going to publish all of them. And they give it out for free. Therefore, all of you listening, you have to pay for it. The newspapers will be free. We will publish them and deliver them to the masses for free. Because we are IPOB. Everything we do is for free. But a few people always funds them. We want you, all of you, just buy us ink and paper. That's all. Everybody will be educated. Watch and see what is going to happen. I said our own revolution, we are coming from an intellectual viewpoint. We want to sanitize the brains of our people, enlighten them, so they understand what is happening around them. South professionals, whatever that garbage means. Every day, Chiba and Wazo, South. Why not East professionals? Mad people. Oh, Basanjo offered me 150 million naira to support his third-term ambition, according to Ihedioha. Are you not ashamed to say that? What is 150 million? How much do we spend here every week? Ask those at home now with us. What is 150 million? Is that money? That is not money. They come to your village, they take billions upon trillions of dollars worth of oil. And Obasanjo is offering you 150, and you're not ashamed of yourself to even say it. 150 million? What is 150 million naira? Oh my goodness. Mad people. We continue our news in greater detail right now, please. We are live and direct wherever you are around the face of this very planet. This is Radio Biafra. We welcome you. And welcome you. Thank you very much, Castro Nkume. It was an Air France that was hijacked. You know, France is very porous, always being conquered by Islam. Air France was taken over by terrorists to Entebbe, which is the airport in the capital city of Uganda. What's the capital of Uganda again? Don't tell me, I want to remember it. The capital of Uganda is, oh my God. What is the capital of Uganda? Do you know, can any of you remember? You didn't do geography, did you? What's the capital of Uganda? Is Kampala. My goodness me. Kampala. And the Kampala airport is called Entebbe. Is it Entebbe it's called? I think it is, yes. Air France was hijacked, and Israelis went there and released their people. But Netanyahu lost the brother. Yet the son is in the army. Patriotism. I love that. Patriotism. I love it. And we can't abandon Israel because they are part of us. I'm sure you know that. And I have a very special bias because my father's name is Israel. Very special bias, I will tell you. We must continue. This is Radio Biafra. We are live in Thank you very much. Of course, it's Kampala. Kampala it is. That's where it is. Thank you very much. Our news in greater detail. I want us to drive away every Igbo person that thinks they're Igbo. And will be left with only Biafrans. Biafrans will get you Biafra. Igbo people will get Regi. It's in their nature. They will sell you. I will keep preaching this way, pouring out venom against until they all disappear, and we are only left with pure hardcore Biafrans only. Then we march. If I ask you where are you from, you say, oh, I'm an Igbo man from you don't know what I'm talking about. If you say I am a Biafran, that means you now understand what we are doing. The news in greater detail. Following the refusal of most Igbos in the southeast to support the change strain of the APC because we did not go out to vote. Of course, we told them we will not vote for you. In the presidential election on March the 28th, which brought in Muhammadu Buhari as the president-elect, Imo State Governor Malam Rochas Okorocha, he's now writing his name, Anayo, so you think he's an Igbo man. Look at the way he's dressed. With his awasa, is it Babariga or Danchiki? Is it, what do they call the big dress from Hausa? What's it called? Is it Danchiki? Babariga? You know the big one just wear. If you want to go, that they wear to money changing people. It's Babariga. He's Babariga and red top or hat he's wearing. And it's an Igbo man with Babariga. The Igbo man with Babariga, Malam Rochas Okorocha, is currently fighting hard to ensure that the Igbos do not lose out totally. You will recall that the APC equally didn't win the majority seat in the National Assembly in the state and may no longer have the seat of the Senate, President and Speaker of the House of Representatives, which is rather disturbing factor to the Igbo leader. Rochas, they are not calling him Igbo leader. Rochas Okorocha, who said it's a pitiable situation and disheartening that out of sentiment, the Igbos rob themselves out. We are hard calculating people. We are Biafrans. We are not Igbos. Our language is Igbo. Our nationality Biafran. Our language is Igbo. Our nationality is Biafra. In keeping with Ethiopia, in keeping with Israel. We don't speak our name. I repeat. We do not, our language is always different from our name. Ethiopia is Amharic. Israel is Yiddish and Hebrew. There's no language called Israeli language. You're talking about Yiddish or Hebrew. Get that fact straight, please, said the Igbo people. But Okorocha, the Southeast leader, he has paid, giving them some money, so they will write whatever garbage they want. Okorocha, the Southeast leader, is not deterred, but is determined to ensure that the Southeastern states have a firm place in the scheme of things, and particularly to enjoy federal might, which is often easier when a state's ruling party is properly aligned with one of the at the national level at Abuja. Hey, for you to survive, you need to align. When Mbakwe, do you know the man called Sam Mbakwe? Oh no, didn't tackle then. I don't think you've grown up then to know Mbakwe. Mbakwe was in NPP. Do you know the party of Shehu Shagari then? NPN. And Mbakwe was the most active governor out of all of them, working very hard and developing Imo State. So this very petty argument Okorocha is making, oh, you have to vote for APC to align with the terrorists, so to get federal might. No. MPP was in Imo State, MPN was at the federal level, but Imo State was booming. There was development, you can feel it, you can sense it. So the argument Okorocha is making is fallacious. It's rubbish. Once a state governor is determined to develop the state, you will develop it. So this alignment, because we have all this data, Sam Mbakwe, NPP, Shehu Shagari, MPN, did that stop Shehu Shagari from commissioning Enugu-Port Harcourt Express Road? The answer is no. They built it. I was a man, but Jonathan couldn't even be. Jonathan is a joke. Pathetic, wretched joke he is. We continue. The Inspector General of Police, Mr. Suleiman Abba, always Awasa, said on Tuesday that 3 suspects have so far been arrested in Enugu in connection with the blast that took place during the presidential election. He stated this in Abuja during the Inspector General of Police conference with the Command Commissioners of Police. He said he will deploy more police personnel to Rivers and other volatile states as part of the crucial effort to prevent incessant political killings across the zoo. They said they have caught 3 people in connection with the Enugu. But why haven't they paraded them then? If the man is lying, they didn't catch anybody. If people may be unfortunate, if you're going past the place where it happened, they'll just arrest you and say you're a criminal. That's what if you go somewhere where there's been a robbery or something, if you go there to ask questions, say it's you, they arrest you. Oh God. I think there was a time here in this zoo where if you go to arrest somebody, if you don't see them, you arrest their mom or their dad. Is that correct? They still do it? Eh? Are you serious? I hope the world is listening. If Mr. Jones commits a crime, if you go to the house, Jones is not in, Andrew is in, you pick up Andrew. So you come and exchange yourself. If you love your brother, you come and... Black people. Hey, zoological republic. The zoo at its finest. Very sad indeed. An arsonist, which means somebody who sets fire to buildings. That's the meaning of an arsonist. Somebody who loves burning things down. On Wednesday, being today this morning, they burnt down the party secretariat of the APC along Gombe Road in Bauchi State. This is coming barely 6 hours to the commencement of the World Congresses in the state. It was learned that the party secretariat was burnt down at 2 a.m. on Wednesday, which was expected to be the venue of the World Congress scheduled for 8 a.m. The party, however, still went ahead to conduct the World Congress on Wednesday across 20 local government areas of the state, despite the fire incident at the party secretariat. Kenya government said on Tuesday in Nairobi that plans have been concluded to speed up the repatriation of Somalis from the Dadaab, Kenya refugee camp. This is coming on the heels of Al-Shabaab massacre of 147 people on a Kenyan university campus. Interior Ministry spokesman Mwenda Njoka, not Njoko please, said the move became imperative because the camp had been identified by Kenyan authorities as a recruiting ground for Al-Shabaab. We have problems with the refugees. That is a factor. We will reduce the number so we can manage them more effectively, according to Njoka. He said the Dadaab camp has become the world's largest refugee camp with more than 500,000 people, according to him. Somali refugees will not be sent into areas controlled by Al-Shabaab. They will be relocated to areas in control of Somali government. We don't want people who are innocent to suffer because of Al-Shabaab, he said. At least he's being humane, not in the Zoological Republic. U.S. President Barack Hussein, please, I must add. U.S. President, the Islamic Barack Hussein Obama, has rejected a call by Israel for any nuclear agreement with Iran to be conditional on Iran's recognition of the right of Israel to exist, branding it a fundamental misjudgment. Speaking after Israel proposed its own terms for the accord, Obama told U.S. radio network NPR on Monday that demands for Iran to recognize the country go beyond the scope of the agreement. The notion that we would condition Iran not getting nuclear weapons is a verifiable deal on Iran recognizing Israel is really akin to saying that we won't sign a deal unless the nature of the Iranian regime completely transforms. He said in a drive to sell the deal to hostile Congress. I don't want America to vote for it. I don't want them to vote for it. Obama is a terrorist. He is a bona fide terrorist. We'll continue. President Obama made a detailed case on Sunday for a new framework agreement on Iran's nuclear program, calling it a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to see whether or not we can at least take the nuclear issue off the table and potentially bring regional stability to the Middle East. Obama's comments were part of a major sales pitch launched by the administration on Sunday in an effort to marshal public support for the tentative pact, even as Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and congressional Republicans took to the airwaves to blast the accord. I told you. Vote Republican. If you're a black person in America, always vote Republicans. They understand freedom and liberty. Democrats don't. Democrats in America do not understand the meaning of freedom. It was Democrats in the South of America that held on to slaves. It was the Republican Abraham Lincoln that freed slaves, that went to war to free slaves. Most of you don't know this, do you? It was the Democrats that will look at affirmative action. Come, let's help you. Whereas they don't regard you as anything. It was George Bush, the beloved George. I call him beloved because I like him very much. The beloved George Walker Bush Jr. that gave you the rights of indigenous people. That is why we speak the way we do. We have every right to ask for Biafra legitimately. The United Nations ratified it. A white man did it. Of course, with the help of Condoleezza Rice, who is a black woman. A very bright, intelligent woman at that as well. Always vote Republican. It is here. You can see it. The Republican Party are the ones saying they are against the deal. They don't want Israel to be wiped out by a nuclear strike from Iran. Republican, I tell you. They, on the surface, they look mean, but deep down, they are fighting for liberty. That's it. The policy of the people is what matters, not the rhetoric. The policy they are pursuing. Please vote Republican if you're a black person in America and your lives will be better. Obama's comments were in part of a major sales speech launched by the administration on Sunday in an effort to marshal public support for the tentative pact, even as Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and congressional Republicans took to the airwaves to blast the accord. In a wide-ranging interview with New York Times columnist Thomas Friedman, Obama discussed his reasons for pursuing an agreement with Iran, the nation Netanyahu described on Sunday as the preeminent terrorist state of our time. Of course, he's correct. Iran is a sponsor of terrorism. They sponsor it very well. They are also in the Mohammedan Emirates of the North, right now as we speak. Unrestrained, Obama unleashes his full revenge on Israel for defying him. Obama's sickening insistence on taking revenge may have reached its lowest level yet, as the president may reportedly withdraw the support for Israel at the United Nations. This comes as the president is doing a reassessment of America's relationship with Israel in the wake of Netanyahu's re-election to the position of president. I thank God for that. America sent in money to Israel to depose Netanyahu, but Netanyahu prevailed, and thank God for that he prevailed. I hope Israelis can see that as well in that regard. Why do we talk about Israel? Because on Rube, if not for the Yom Kippur War that they fought in 1967, they would have come here to help. And they sent 1 or 2 helpers. And if not for the Jewish people in America, we would have been obliterated from the face of the earth. It was them that persuaded Henry Kissinger to also prevail upon the then President Nixon to at least tell Britain to take it easy on the killing of Biafran people. The Jewish lobby in America. Go and look at I have the records. I don't want to release them yet. I have them. Anything I tell you is correct. If you dare me, I'll release them tomorrow morning. Everything we tell you is gospel. We don't mince words here. We don't mince words here. We continue. This is Radio Biafra. If anything affects Israel, I must comment on it. Israel is the closest allies you have abroad. I'm telling you. If you miss them, you are gone. You are gone. We will support Israel. No matter what, we will support Israel. A former governor of Lagos State, the thief himself, the master criminal extraordinaire, Bola Tinubu, has said the Oba of Lagos, Rilwan Akiolu, is not a member of the APC and cannot speak on behalf of the party. I don't want to read any news pertaining to this very man. This man is a thief. I do not like him. He personifies everything evil about a black politician in Africa. A 37-year-old man who was arrested alongside a mother of 3 and 4 others with 16.51 kilograms of narcotics at the Murtala Mohammed Airport said that he had no regrets over his action, blaming his indulgence on frustration. The suspect is Okoye Kelvin, who was allegedly on the verge of smuggling 10.27 kilograms of cannabis to Doha, capital of Qatar, when he was arrested by officials of National Drug Law Enforcement Agency. He reportedly showed no sign of remorse, saying he opted to take a risk since life itself was a risk. According to Kevin, I was frustrated. When you are frustrated, you can do anything. I took a risk, but I was not lucky. Life is about taking risks. The zoo have turned men into drug pushers. No opportunities, no employment, no enabling environment for even the private sector to generate jobs. Only if you are a politician, that is why they kill themselves to get into power. That is the only employment left. Everything else is buying and selling. If you're lucky, that is. We must continue. This is Radio Biafra, or the oil company. Bank, oil company, and buying and selling. That's all. Following the uproar caused by the comments by the Oba of Lagos, Rilwan Akiolu, where he threatened Igbo residents in Lagos to vote for the governorship candidate of APC or face death, a cross-section of Igbos in Lagos metropolis have dismissed the threats of the monarch. Some Igbos in Lagos, in reaction to the threat, have dared not to vote for Ambode in the forthcoming Saturday election, daring Akiolu to go ahead with his threat. I don't know what to say. Let's watch and see what happens in the heart of darkness itself. His name is Rashad Hussein, was previously Obama's administration special envoy to the Organization of Islamic Cooperation, OIC. Are you listening? Those that say that I'm harassing Obama, are you listening very carefully? I'll repeat. His name is Rashad Hussein, He was previously Obama's special envoy to the Organization of Islamic Cooperation, no longer countries, because of the zoo. The thuggish international organization that is engaged in full-scale campaign to intimidate Western governments into adopting hate speech codes that will effectively quash criticisms of Islam, including jihad violence, perpetrated in his name. Rashad Hussain is an opposite choice for this position, since several years ago he defended a notorious US-based leader of a jihadi terrorist group. But someone doesn't want to know that and made a clumsy attempt to cover it up. In 2004, Rashad Hussain, then a Yale law student, declared that the investigation and prosecution of University of South Florida professor Sani Al-Arian, who ultimately pled guilty to charges involving his activities as a leader of a terror group, the Palestinian Islamic Jihad, and was recently deported, was a politically motivated persecution designed to quash dissent. Hussein's remarks in support of Al-Arian were published in the Jihad Enabling Washington Report on Middle East Affairs in November 2004. But now, all has gone down the memory hole. The Washington Report's archive version of this event in November 2004 article lacks 2 paragraphs that were included in the original version. They have gone to remove them. The ones quoting Rashad Hussain. Otherwise, the article is unchanged. Who is this man? Obama have just appointed him as the head of Center for Strategic Counter-Terrorism Communications. The man is a supporter of terrorist groups, the Palestinian Jihad Front. Welcome to Life Under Islam in the USA. Brought about by a black man. All future black people, you are finished. You are finished. That is following the opera, of course. This is not proper news, please. I want to allow people to speak as much as possible. They said Obasanjo offered him 150 million naira. Is that money? This man looks like a fool. The PDP governorship candidate in Imo State and Deputy Speaker House of Reps, Chief Emeka Ihedioha, on Monday in Owerri, Imo State capital, said ex-President Olusegun Obasanjo offered him 150 million naira to support his third-term ambition. Is that not laughable? 150 million naira. Is that money? Is that money? 150 million. You're not ashamed of yourself to say he gave you 150 million. If you don't know what to say, just shut up. You should have said 150 billion. Then we know you're talking about money. You don't know how to steal. You don't know. If you want to steal, you steal proper money from the zoo. Not what is 150 million? Chicken change. That concludes our news this very evening. Our news headlines and accompanying summary. And now our lines are open. The lines are open and you are now at liberty to call Radio Biafra. We are sorry. We had to move Owerri, please. Owerri is not with us this evening. We are moving to a new place. The man there is not well. He smokes Indian hemp. And he didn't have money to buy weed. And he's saying, I will sell the station. I'll give the information to Okorocha if you don't buy me wee. And we said no to that. But I'm sure by tomorrow we'll be back up and running again. And we are making serious changes to our systems, please. That is why we moved it this very evening and no other reason. This is Radio Biafra. We are live and we are direct. And Chukwu Abiyama is our God. We are on air at this very moment. If you call us, we will be able to take your call. If you call us, once you call Radio Biafra, we will be at liberty to take your call. Once again, we welcome you. Once again, this is Radio Biafra. If you call us, we will take your call for certain. For certain, we'll take it. Is that the barrister? The barrister is back with us, and I must defer to him, please. Then, after the barrister, I will then go to the lines. Barrister, if you can hear me, please go ahead.
Thank you, Director, for the news. It's a big pity that in Owerri defaulted, and of course, he took the right action so as to tell others not to follow suit. That is the best way to handle situations like this. Owerri that you don't play with. Somebody out there decided to try your muscle, and you showed him that you got the muscle. Next time, if he's given a position, he will not thwart it by doing something very stupid. That is that. What a shame. But Owerri will be relocated and bounce back again. the Igbos dismisses the threat of that Oba of Lagos. As I told them, none of them should vote if the fire and the hellfire will come down. Uche will tell you, Kagini we meziano, or Kagini arime. Let's see what will happen. As they will not vote. Only cowards, I think it's, what the Macbeth says, it is the eyes of a child that fears the painted devil. Let nobody vote. The same goes for every Biafran man, woman in Biafra land. On the 11th, none of you should vote. Obama wants to give the Iranian nuclear power, but he will not guarantee Israel the right to be recognized. He's impartial, but of course the Republicans would not allow it to go on. I don't know if you remember, Director, what he was bringing about to health issues. They did all they could to thwart it, but because health issue is good for the whole American men and women, they not only supported him, he escaped it. And in the end, the judges implemented it because they took him to court to stop it. The rest I'm talking about, Republicans, they always do good things in America. What about here? Is he not Harold Wilson of Labour Party that put us into the situation that we are up to today?
The same left-leaning party, always to the left. They claim they are for you. It's always the left-leaning party that is more dangerous than the right. At least the right-wingers, they tell you the truth to your face. The left ones, they massage you, and at the back, they're sucking your blood. Labour Party in the UK is evil. Go ahead.
You know the love you have for Bush family. I have the same love.
Of course. I love them.
The brother, Jeff, senior brother to Bush Walker, is planning to run for the election next year. And there's another guy, a Republican, I went did that profile. The guy is also good. His name is Rand Paul. In fact, I'm preparing to tweet him. He's a good man, vocal in nature. Doesn't like racism, doesn't believe in fascism and all the rest of it. These are the kind of people who will put at the White House. Those who know and recognize the rights of other people to live. Not putting cow and lion together and ask us to live together because he's a Muslim. We will not buy it. Was it this morning you read that Saudi Arabia have issued warnings for them to demolish every Christian churches built in Saudi Arabia to be destroyed? What did Obama say about that? How many churches in the north, in the zoo, that belongs to the Biafrans and the Igbo people, were demolished? Did anybody say anything about it? So all of us should listen and obey to the rules and regulations of Islam. We are talking about this particular Oba of a man in Lagos. Lagos do not have lights. Go to other states. Their life is even a little bit sustainable than the one you get in Lagos. A dirty, filthy place. I said to myself, when I arrived this country, I would never live in Lagos. If it's not the fact that I was born there, it's not a place I will ever go back and live. I even stopped flying into that. I said, no, I can't even fly to Lagos. Now, there's nothing there for me. So congested, so dirty. And that's the place our people are. If you don't vote, you will die. And as a response, those are people gave to that man. They will, even if they are wishing to, let them not. Let's see how all of them will die. An old man talking to young men, if they don't vote, they will all die and go into lagoon. Let's see how you do it. If you use tipper or bulldozer to collect all of them and put them in a lagoon. Physically, the Igbos are stronger than those they live with in Lagos. And we shall see what will happen. Next week is coming very soon and very quickly. Biafran, we preach to you for you to know what has been happening around you, which has been denied to you for far too long. Radio Biafra has brought all this news to bear to you and before you. For you to know when we talk here, those who are not even equipped to listen to what we hear, criticize it. But we are bringing all this information for you to know your environment. That the environment you live in is not conducive, is killing you. And everybody is behaving stupidly and acting sheepishly. If we don't talk, we will not come out of this strenuous, wicked environment called expired zoo. All of you should mind what you do. Be very careful of yourself, because there will even be more bombs thrown at you. Why is it that way? Because they want to occupy Biafra land. Just like Israelis are suffering because they abandoned their country in slavery. And when they came back, they are now begging to stay in their own territory.
Of course. Their homes, so Barrister. Their homes they left over 2,000 years ago. And now they're begging.
Begging?
Oh my God. I don't know.
To come back to their houses and the homes. And the power to be. My happiness is Netanyahu. He's a die-hard individual. Nobody moves him out of that place. He's like the Russian president. That guy went there before and came back again. Because the Europeans were trying to create and divide his country. He refused. That's why he came back again, to control things. And these people love him so much. But here in Europe, they criticize him. Because if you don't accept to be cheated, you'll be hated. Director, there's a lot of people behind you.
Of course there are. Thank you very much, Barrister. Thank you very, very much. Very considerate with our people that will stay there forever and ever. Thank you very much for such insightful analysis of the news we presented this very evening. The caller on the phone, can you hear me? This is Radio Biafra. Your name and where you are, please. Your name and where you are.
Yeah, I can hear you. My name is I come from Anambra State, government.
Can you raise your voice, please?
I said that my name is I come from government.
From which local government?
Government.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Yes?
Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Yeah. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Yes, please. Your name and where you are.
My name.
Turn your system down, then you call us back. I will tell you, if you hear anything, I will cut you off. Simple. No noise in the background, please. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Hello.
Yes, please. Your name and where you are. Please, your name and where you are.
Good evening, Director.
Good evening.
My name is Michael Ogunjoso. I'm calling from Gabon.
From Gabon. Thank you very much. Go ahead.
Yeah. My Director, please, first of all, I have to announce our meeting here in Gabon on this Sunday by 3 p.m. And anybody, any Biafrans living in Gabon should call this number 0735511112 if they intend to come. But I'm still evangelizing. Director, according to what you have just said concerning the people, the Biafrans living in Lagos, they are very, very awkward. I don't know what they think about their life. They don't even know what they want. Because even at the point that the Oba is telling them that, and some of them were clapping, that is to show that they don't have anything, they don't have any plan for themselves. So whatever thing that might arise to them there, they merited it. And there is nobody should should pity them. Whatever thing that comes to them, they have to take it the way it is, because they have refused to listen. And they say that if we talk to the ear and ear refuses to listen, when you cut off the head, you cut off with the ear. So I don't know what our people need. I don't know how they want us to be talking to them so that they will understand what we are preaching. So I don't know. Now, look at many of them. We have so many things there. Does that mean what their life? I don't know why we cannot sacrifice it and come back to our home, to our land, Biafra, and establish themselves there and still look for them there. So, Director, I must thank you for what you are doing. This has given us an inspiration to think about Biafra, and we think that with this movement, everything will, and we are going to support you, even though we don't have money or we have to support in any way we could. So that is what I want to say this night. Thank you, and may God bless you.
Thank you very much. And may Chukwu Abiyama also bless you. I'm not sure that there is any pro-Biafra group with a family meeting in Gabon. Is there? The answer is no. It's only IPOB. I said all over the world. We are there. All over the world. Thank you very much. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Yeah, Director, good evening, sir.
Good evening. Your name and where you are, please.
I am calling from Ada.
Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much, please. And can you please, I have to crave your indulgence. Permit me, please, our sister is on the line, and I must go to her, please. That is what protocol demands I should do. I have to go to her. Please forgive me. Can you hear me? Nenaya, can you hear me?
Yes. Yes, my Director. Good evening.
Good evening, my dear sister. Go ahead. The world is listening. Go ahead.
Yeah. Good evening, Director. Good evening, Biafrans, friends of Biafrans, and even our enemies. We are moving forward. Nothing is stopping us. Like our Director will say, Ana Agwonere. We are moving. Today, first of all, I need to introduce myself. My name is Naija Anya. I'm from Nigerian in Biafra land. Today is the 7th of April 2015. I want you all to remember that in 3 days' time, it will be the deadline for the payment of our monthly dues for April. And I know most of us, or all of us, have paid our house rent, our mortgage, telephone bills, and all what we have to pay. And please, while you are doing it, put in your list your monthly dues for Radio Biafra, because this is an obligation that you must be fulfilled. You owe it to the IPOB families and to the dead. Now, today, Director, I'm going to call out the names of countries that have made another payment towards our freedom and cultural levy. Then I will go on to call out those that have not paid anything at all. While the last one, I will call out those that have made payments towards our transmission upgrade levy. But first of all, I want to use this opportunity to thank the members of the IPOB Financial Committee with whom I'm working with, namely MAZI NNAMDI MAZI Nelson Ofokaya Gazie, and Sister Ifeoma Linda Chimuba. I really thank them all because I love the working environment where we work. And I pray that Chukwu Abiyama will continue to guide us all while we work to restore Biafra in truth and honesty, which is our motto. Now, the countries that have made another payment towards our freedom levy are as follows: Angola, France, Germany, Israel, Italy, Japan, Spain, Switzerland, Trinidad and Tobago, Turkey, and West Delhi, India. Now, some countries have not paid anything at all towards this, our freedom levy, and they are as follows: China, Denmark, and Finland. You are still owing IPOB worldwide. You have not paid any dime towards this freedom levy. And we expect you, please, to come up with your own dues because it's very, very important. And I'm going to say something now, which I know that my fellow Biafrans in Germany will not be too happy, but I have to say it. Germany, please, we need to sit up and pay off our freedom levy, because United Kingdom has overtaken us. And it's not supposed to be like that. We really need to work hard. They have overtaken us by a few thousand. And if you doubt me, if our director gives me the opportunity, I will call out their amount. So please, don't just dare, because that is the truth. They have overtaken us. We are in the second place, and it's not supposed to be like that. Now, I go to the countries that have paid their transmission upgrade levy. They are as follows, Director. In Africa, nothing so far, but I expect maybe something will come up soon. In America, Canada, and United States of America have paid. Asia, Malaysia, Indonesia, and Japan have paid for the transmission upgrade. In Europe, Austria, Belgium, Czech Republic, Denmark, Germany, Norway, United Kingdom, and Russia have paid. Now, Middle East, Israel, and UAE. Those are the two countries that have paid. And as you people can see or hear from my announcement, only very few countries have paid. Africa have paid nothing at all. And you should all endeavor to pay up before the end of this week, because we need this transmission. Because you are all calling, oh, my people don't hear in Namba, no, they don't hear here. We need money for that. Therefore, please try and pay up, because this week is the deadline. Because I'm going to call again tomorrow. So don't tell me that you did not hear. That is what I have for now, Director, until Thursday, by special grace of Chukwu Abiyama. I will call up again.
Thank you very much, my dear sister. Thank you very, very much. Doing a very sterling job and very loyal at that as well. Why wouldn't she be? She joined us April 2012. She's been contributing every month from then till now. Consistency is the key. And nobody introduced her. She found Radio Biafra herself and have been supporting. So also is one or two or three of our sisters, Obi especially. People listen, people follow what we are doing. They see it is the truth. And they come closer and they discover how credible we are, and then decide to support us. As simple as that. By supporting us, you're also supporting yourself, because you want Biafra to come. The caller on the phone, can you hear me? The caller on the phone, can you hear me? No, they cannot hear me. Maybe they were just testing to see if at all we are correct when we say we are live on air. The caller on the phone. Thank you very much, Please go ahead. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, Director, although I dropped a little thing today, it's crazy and everything, but we'll be managing until heaven, Biafra comes and heaven says it's free.
Yes.
So I want to simply contribute on this, our Biafran brothers at Lagos. In fact, it's a taboo. And when such a man who called himself Oba of Lagos decided to make himself a fool, I don't really know what triggered him to behave like that. I don't know if it is some political reasons or whatever. Looking at what people says again about him, we don't really know. But meanwhile, difference at Lagos, yes, that's not our problem. And Ojukwu, I can remember when Ojukwu went to transfer, His Excellency, when he went to transfer to commission what they built, Ojukwu stood on their stand. Look at what these people built. Look at it at a point. Ojukwu shed tears. And he said, go to Bello, they will Bello. And he turned and left. Now, if on my own self, if the IPOB if we can actually can guarantee them to vote, I will simply tell them, vote Jimmy Abaje. Nothing is happening. Let that, if I can say, idiot of an Oba burn himself on fire. Let's see what will happen. But if IPOB said not to vote, I cannot utter our words. I will say strongly stand on our stand for them not to vote. But if they were permitted to vote, looking at the stupid speech, the stupid order made, it's only a question of telling them to vote against his will. Let heaven fall, let us see. That is simply my own personal contribution this evening, Director. I don't want to go much or talk much. I say God protect you, protect your crew members, all working with you tirelessly, both their families and your family. May Chukwuabiama visit you people one after the other. In his infinite mercy, grace and protection, all through. In Chukwuabiama's name. Amen.
Thank you very much. Well spoken all the time. I love hearing you call Radio Biafra because you make so much sense. Very fluid. I love that. Thank you very much. I have here Osita from Canada. And I forgot this, you know. I have never preached with it. And I don't even know if we've mentioned it in the past. I don't know, the Tweet Tuesday is gone. Maybe we'll reserve this one for next week. All the admins on Radio Biafra London Facebook page or group, please, the forum. In fact, mine is the largest in the world, you know that? I want all of you to go and research and get me every clip, every picture of Hausa people rejoicing during 9/11. You know, when the terrorists struck at 9/11, Hausa people were jubilating, including Buhari. We want to let the American public understand who Obama rigged into office. As I said, the worst thing you can do is to have people who are intelligent do freedom fighting. We are not Ifajino Wasrika Ogan school. He lied to you and said he's a lawyer. Of course, he's not a lawyer. Everybody knows that. You can go and buy a certificate from anywhere and say you're something when you're not. Osita, thank you for this. Do you know that even Buhari was rejoicing when terrorists were slamming into the Twin Towers in America? The same Hausa Fulani that the British are supporting. Because why he wrote this is to say, to confirm what we say. If you are not violent in Africa, nobody takes you seriously. An average baboon, a monkey from Africa that passes for a human being, do not understand peace. They can only understand the language of war. The time that the terrorists were slamming into the Twin Towers in America, do you know that Buhari was having a laugh at American people? Today, an American president and Mr. Entwistle, or whatever his name is rejoicing or helping to rig a terrorist into power. We are going to tell the American public next week. Please, I know COC is very busy. The COC should delegate somebody within the admin to spearhead the collation of all the pictures and the data and all the quotes, everything covered regarding Hausa Fulani jubilating when Americans were being murdered and killed. And also to add to it, please, I remember very clearly that when George Bush launched the first attack against the Taliban by sending in deep thrust bombers into Afghanistan, they started killing Igbo people in Kanu. Do you know that? As they were bombing Taliban, Igbo people were being killed in Kanu. As I said to them, we now have our own media. We don't give a damn if you report what we are doing or not. We don't pay anybody to write about us anymore. Nobody. We are going to appeal to ordinary Americans. Tweet Tuesday for next week. Begin to prepare from now for it. We want to let our ordinary American people know who their president helped to elect. This is the man. There are people we are rejoicing when Americans were being killed. I don't know how come I never thought about this before. I don't know why. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Hello, my director.
Yes, please. Your name and where you are.
My name is Prince Wedila. I'm calling from Aba.
From Aba, but your line is a bit noisy. Can you stop the noise, please? There's a shrieking noise on the line. Can you stop it?
I have off my radio, network problem.
It's okay. Then go ahead, please. Go ahead.
My director, please, I just want to thank you for your efforts and your improvement you are making for the Biafrans. Please, I thank you very much for that. See, there is some certain problems we are having this side. In Aba, you know, some guys are under somebody in Aba doing one business or the other. You understand? So, is there any way you people can just help us out to do something in Aba, just to organize those guys that are under somebody that do not have chance to go far, please, to the IPOB meeting or something like that?
Yes, we can do that. What we don't want to announce our strategy as to how we are going to organize, but we are going to do that very, very soon. And it's good the same way we organize ourselves all over the world that built this phenomenon as IPOB. We are going to do that locally as well. We have a very big plan, and what you're saying is also being accommodated. Some of you can meet in the morning before you open your shops for yoga. We have many plans and ways to get about it, but we are attending a meeting on Thursday. After that meeting on Thursday, when all pro-Biafra groups will come together on Thursday to merge as one. On Thursday. After that Thursday, then we give assignment to people to go and do it. So it's coming. Don't worry about that.
Okay. You know, we are some guys in the line. So we used to talk about Biafra in the morning. There are some who don't even care about to know what you are doing. But I pray that one day they will know what you are doing. Thank you, my director.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that. Thank you. People are now complaining. Our sister, having spoken, UAE is complaining. Dubai said they have paid their cultural levy or defense fund. They have paid, please, to correct that. That's what they're saying. And thank you for that. I know that Dubai is strong. IKK doing a very sterling job over there. And they said they even paid more money last week, Saturday. We are all over the world, including the UAE. We are in Qatar. We are in China. We are in Thailand. Everywhere you go to on this earth, we are there. Because we are IPOB, Indigenous People of Biafra. Of course, they power Radio Biafra as well. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Yeah,
good evening. Your name and where you are, please.
My name is Israel, calling from Aba.
Thank you very much. Go ahead.
Yeah, Director, I appreciate your work, what you are doing.
Thank you.
I thank you for what you are doing. Now, God, thank you. Director, I want to provide something. Hello, Director.
Yes, please. Yeah, go ahead. Hold on, please. Please hold on for 1 second, please. Don't go away just for 1 second for our sister to correct an impression, I presume. Can you hear me? Nana, can you hear me?
Yes, Director. I've seen the receipt for Dubai, but the one for the freedom and cultural levy has not yet reflected. So I cannot say that I have paid. Okay. But the one for the transmission has reflected. That's why I say they paid. So until I see that in our account, I cannot say they have paid. That's why I didn't mention them in that aspect.
Thank you very much. Very efficient as well, and always listening. The woman is fascinating. Always listening as well, paying attention to clarify anything that needs clarification. Thank you very much, my dear brother. Nzube, can you hear me?
Yeah, Director, I'm due.
Please go ahead.
Director, you get something that is bothering me. I want to ask.
Go ahead.
Director, the other time I was following you early this year. I was listening to the time you were in London. And there's a thing you said that you will do. You said that you will go. You said that you will go to send good luck message. Send good luck message to accept being president of Biafra. But when you send your men, you didn't give us reply. I didn't hear anything from you. And some people are asking me because I was preaching the thing. After the election gone, then they declared Buhari a winner. They now say that I'm idiot. That they're talking nonsense. That man is a wayo or somebody. Then they say, no, this one is a very different person. It's what I'm hearing. It's sent by God. They say,
hold on. Why do you men love gossiping? Things that are irrelevant. I sent a message to Jonathan. You want me to come and reveal on air confidential messages between myself and somebody in such an important position, live on air. Jonathan conceded defeat, congratulated Buhari, and wants to walk towards the unity of one Nigeria. Are we going to kill him because of it? And I can't understand how some people reason, ability to reason. To reason is called feasibility of most situations. You need to be able to read situations. It is not every idiot who speaks to you. You take Aboki seriously. Why? Anybody can talk whatever rubbish they like. Why must every nonsense be regurgitated by people? Why?
Okay, I trust you.
I don't understand sometimes. Please, if you call Radio Biafra, you say something important. I don't regurgitate nonsense. The person speaking, give them the phone, ask them to call Radio Biafra. You see, they'll run away. Tell me what somebody said. Before we came, who knew who you were? Nobody. But now all over the world, families are discussing Biafra. What are you talking about? People talk so much garbage. Anyway, the Igbo people, what do you expect? The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Good evening, Director.
Good evening, my dear brother. Please, your name and where you are.
My name is Chuku Joseph from Enugu, Biafran land.
Thank you very much. Please go ahead.
I thank you so much for what you are doing.
Thank you.
May Chuku Abiyama bless you in Jesus' name.
You say?
Thank you.
Thank you very much. That's it. Very as simple as that. Just to thank. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
I can hear you, sir. Good evening, Director.
Good evening. Your name and where you are, please.
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you. Please, go ahead. We can hear you. Go ahead.
Am I speaking with Director?
Yes, you are. That's it. God. And then she will hear her voice and she will want to call back, but it is too late. The caller on the phone, can you hear me? Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. This is Chimezie Akalogo from Abombise, Ukwato, Imo State.
Thank you very much. Please go ahead.
Yeah.
My God, what is that noise? What is that noise? Is it cricket?
Hello?
Is it network? There was a very loud noise on the line. I was wondering what it was all about. Is that cricket at the background or what?
Okay, so Director, I commend you for all your speaking and all you're doing. I'm very happy that you are doing the job effectively and efficiently. Now, Director, I want to ask one question. I'm very, very interested. I'm happy and I'm one of you, and I want to continue to be one of you until all these things manifest. Now, how many countries are interested in all we are doing? Does Israel recommend us? Does Israel follow us in our way? Do they support us? Then other countries, do they support us in all these things we are doing? And how are they reacting over this issue? So I want to know, if they are not supporting us physically or otherwise, then what are we doing? What are we saying? We have to have support of other countries before we can continue other things, because if we don't do that, if we go alone, there might be some other mishaps around us. So that's what I want to know. Thank you, and God bless you as you continue this job. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And I want to answer your question. If you stay on the line, I'll appreciate it. I don't know if you've disengaged, if you're still there. That is the one debate that people have that I find very, very confusing. Are you telling me that God in heaven, Jesus, are you telling me that you need somebody to tell you to get out of the sun before you do so, or to get out of the rain before you do so. You're a slave, you want to run away from slavery. You're waiting for your master to come and tell you when to run away. Does that make any sense to anybody? You know, there have been some arguments put forward by people bedeviling this very effort we are making for very many years now. Oh, how many countries are supporting you? We lost the war because we didn't have support. No, you are wrong. We lost the war because Ojukwu did not give oil to Shell and to BP, British Petroleum. You lost the war because they felt if you have that oil, you will develop black Africa, and they don't want black Africa to be developed. That was why you lost. You did not lose the war because of lack of international support. You are calling from Mbise asking me how many world powers are supporting. How many people in Mbise are following Biafra? How many people are in Mbise? People want to know that. Do you know how many countries where we are registered around the world? How can a country register you if they don't support what you're doing? We are registered in many, oh my God, I can't give them many countries. Let me be very conservative. In nothing less than 50 countries of the world, we are registered officially. Do you know what our name is? Indigenous people of Biafra. In some countries, they give us hall for free. In some places, they even support the IPOB family there financially. What other support? You want the government to come out and stand up and say, from now, we are going to support Biafra. That is why I blame you for reading you go to Yoruba churches. Tascott, I don't know. This is a very major, significant problem. We are back on again. The line cut a while ago, but we are back on again. Please do try and bear with us. Do bear with us. As I was saying, our dear brothers calling from Mbise, how many people from Mbise support Biafra? How about if you go out to lobby governments of the world, as we do, and they say, but how many of you actually support Biafra in your villages? Then we run back to the village to ask them, how many of you support Biafra? And then they ask us, how many white people are supporting you? Then we go back to white people, they say, how many people in your village? And then man, you do what you're supposed to do. You prepare yourself for what is to come. You ready yourself, and you are mentally, physically, and otherwise in a state to be able to get your freedom. Do you want me to be like Owazirike to lie to you? 99 countries, you can see it. They even published a book. Owazirike Fajuna, Lebanya, you want me to come and start lying like Owazirike? I won't. Owazirike wrote down 99 countries he claims that support Biafra. And I asked Owazirike, in all those 99 countries, can I walk into any local government area in those countries, or county, or borough, and say to them, are you aware of any Biafran meeting happening here? The answer is no. Owazirike says 99 countries recognize him. Is there mass up at the United Nations? The answer is no. But do you know we are the first people to answer Biafra at the United Nations? We are registered there. United Nations, Indigenous people of Biafra. What else are you talking about? It is your responsibility to build what you're doing, to attract international comments on what you're doing. Not to sit at home and say, how many countries are supporting you? Have I not told you the countries I've been to before? I have met government officials and they said to me, you're talking about Biafra, but you vote people to go to Abuja to do politics. You need to answer that as well. As I was saying, Israel congratulated Buhari and said we'll work together. Israel is a country, it is following international diplomatic protocol. What they are saying is what they're supposed to say. Some people say, can't you see, Israel is no longer with us, they are supporting Buhari because you didn't go to school. You don't know what is diplomacy. Only those maybe who study international relations in a good school, not in the zoo university, can perhaps explain to you better what it's all about. These are the things you need to know, please. We have more countries. If you want me to start mentioning them here, I will not. I have had meetings face to face with ministers who are very, very important. And what we are doing now is exactly what they asked us to do. Go and do it. Tell us you're serious and then we'll come in. They are telling us basically to go to war. If you're serious about your freedom, go and fight for it. Not to be printing t-shirt and face cap. Is that a freedom fighting? No, not at all. Not at all, not in the list. We must continue this Radio Biafra. We are live and we're direct. And Chukwa Biama in heaven is watching. Of course he should. This is Radio Biafra. The caller on the phone. Can you hear me?
Hello, good evening, Director.
Good evening. Your name and where you are, please.
I'm Chukwemeka Shileke, calling from our Biafra land.
Thank you very much. Please go ahead.
Yes, Director, I'm very happy about what you are doing. In fact, the things that you have done, the way you have making our people to understand, to know the history of their country, Biafra, is very, very commendable. I pray that may Chukwu Abiyama continue to bless you.
Thank you very much.
To guide you, to protect you, and protect your family.
You see?
May He give you the courage, the wisdom to do more than what you have done now.
You see?
And I believe that by the special grace of Chukwu Abiyama, that our country Biafra will march to it one on one. I thank you, Director.
Thank you very much.
Keep the good work you are doing, and may Chukwu Abiyama bless you.
You say?
Thank you very much.
You say? And you too. Thank you very much. Thank you. Agunob is complaining all the way from Sweden. That Sweden, they are saying Sweden have paid. Maybe our sister needs to come back to clarify. Sweden is saying that they have paid. They said the evidence have been sent to Chika Edoziem, who is our European representative, working very silently and very hard behind the scenes. Sweden said that they have paid, that they are being marginalized. We don't call their names as those who have paid. I don't know in Sweden.
Hello.
Yes, please. Your name and where you are. The caller on the phone.
Okay, my name is Timothy Samuel. I'm calling from Aba.
Are you a prophet?
Yeah.
Timothy and Samuel at the same time. Are you a prophet?
Hello.
Your line is not very clear. And you give us your proper name. Timothy Samuel. Hey, Jew. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Yeah, Director, good evening, sir.
Good evening. Your name and where you are, please.
My name is Solomon.
I said no noise. Once I hear a noise, I will cut you off on the background. Turn your systems down, I said. Simple and short. I hear a noise, I cut it off immediately. We can play this game from now till tomorrow.
Hello?
Yes, your name and where you are.
My name is Pastor Nigebi.
Turn your system down. That's what I said. If you don't turn it down, we will not take your call. The caller on the phone, can you hear me? No. They cannot hear me. The network is bad on that very line. Let's try the other one. The caller on the phone, can you hear me? No, not serious. Not serious at all. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Director.
Turn your system down before I cut you off, please. I don't want to hear the noise from your background.
Sorry, please. Yeah, I've done that.
Thank you very much. Please go ahead.
I'm Desmond Okwebun. I'm calling from Aba.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Yeah, please, I thank you for what you have been doing for us, because I've been waiting for a very long time to hear this. Because I've lived in North for a long time. I see what they do to our people there. So I'm very, very upset. Even if I have a gun with me whenever I move, I'll kill the Zoological Republic soldiers. I am telling you, I've been calling this line for a long time, but I'll not be able to get it. So I am very, very happy I get you this evening. So, sir, I am pleading, if there is anything that I can do to join the army, even I can do more than what the Boko Haram is doing, killing themselves, trying to bomb people. Sir, I am telling you that if even I join the army, if you ask me to go direct to the Aso Rock and bomb the people and die there, I am preparing to die fighting for my country than to die silently, being fool, dying like a maggot in this zoological republic called Nigeria. Please, I am asking you if there is anything you can do. And I also have some other guys that want to join the army because they are angry. Boys are angry. We are not longer comfortable with the zoological republic governance. So we are upset. Even there are more youths that are willing to join. Please, if there's anything that you can do, I've been calling the inquiry line and they have been postponing it and saying they will call me, but they are not calling. So it's like they are delaying me. So sir, please, I am begging.
And what is your name? I have taken down your number personally. What is your name?
My name is Desmond.
Desmond who?
Desmond Nwokejika.
Nwokejika. Where are you from?
I'm from Imo State. I'm Igbo precisely.
I'm Igbo. Thank you very much. You know that if you volunteer, if you volunteer to join the army of Biafra, you are volunteering to die for your country. You understand?
Exactly, sir. I am very, very happy, and I'm a technician as well, sir. I'm very happy. Please, I appreciate to die for my country.
Thank you very much. That's all we need to know. Thank you very much, and I will get in touch with you. There are those I call personally. There are those that other people call. If you are prepared to die for your country, then I will call you personally. Some people may be lying, they may pretend and say, "Oh, I'm going to die for my country," but we screen you. If you are not capable, by the wayside, and we'll continue what we're doing. We are not messing about here. We are very serious. We are very methodical, slow in our approach. We plan everything not to fail, and we have never failed up until now. Our transmitter is here. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
My name is Indigenous. I'm calling from the local government in Biafra land.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Yeah, Mr. Director, I want to contribute on one thing.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Director, our people is ignorant of what is coming. They don't know what is about to come. I came back to my village today. I was discussing with some guys. Have you heard about RadioBiafra? They told me, what was the meaning of RadioBiafra? I was ashamed. They were even wearing Buhari's jersey, what is it called? Their polo. Say Buhari. Do you know what you are doing? Will you wear this? I was ashamed. Mr. Director, please, our people don't even want. We need to educate them more. They don't know, and I'm not getting it clear. If I tell you, I'm standing on top uncompleted building so that I will get here. Oh my God, Mr. Director, I'm not happy. I'm in a final year. I'm a final year student of Kansas University, and I know.
It's like Nicodemus. He said he climbed up somewhere to go and listen. Is that correct? You are like Nicodemus.
Yes, I'm as my brother's on computer building. I came back for burial then. I'm not happy, Mr. Director. Please, we need to. Good night. Let's go. Abiyama bless you. Oh God.
And bless you even more. These are the type of people who are born Biafrans. From the way they speak, you know them. They can't even finish one statement, they want to make another one. These are natural born Biafrans. The day they were conceived, Chukwu Abiyama said, "This very seed will serve me in truth and honesty under this very banner of freedom and liberty." Very, very critical. This is Radio Biafra. I said the whole world is listening. Very slowly but surely, our people are beginning to grow in confidence. They now understand that there is nothing to be afraid of, nothing to run from, nothing to hide from. The caller on the phone, can you hear me? Can you hear me, the caller on the phone?
Yes. Yes, sir. Good evening, sir. My name is Juan Cochinede. I'm calling from Aba.
Thank you. Go ahead.
So I want to tell you something that I have the dream. Yeah, I had that dream when they are saying that Hausa and Igbo people are fighting. And army soldiers are carrying in the armored car. In Onyibo. Onyibo. So I was on top of the car. He saw two army soldiers. He said I should shoot them. I said, can I shoot them? They are, like he said that I should shoot them. They are killing their Igbo armies. So I started to try to shoot them. The gun was not working. So he carried his small gun and shoot them. And we are driving again. I saw a girl. Started shooting the girl. Started shooting.
Hello?
So the girl said that, I said, are you an Igbo? Sorry, because you came with me and me. So, say, I saw another 2 army soldiers from Awata. They are running to us. So I tried to shoot them. The gun was not answering me. So the guy come out again and shoot them. That is what I have in my dream.
Thank you very much for that. Thank you for that, for clarifying that very dream to us. Thank you very, very much. I don't know if any of you can make sense of what you dreamt about, because I can't, quite frankly. Thank you very much. The caller on the phone, thank you very, very much. I have another one on the phone as well. Please, your name and where you come from. Can you hear me?
Yes, good evening, sir.
Good evening. Turn your system down, please. I'm trying to make an exception to the rule. Turn
Hello,
down.
let me give. Hello?
Yes, turn your system down.
I have already walked away from there.
Thank you very much. Please go ahead. Your name and where you are.
My name is Mrs. Soke. Is it Radio Biafra?
Of course, live and direct. Even Obama is listening. Yes, please. It is Radio Biafra. Go ahead.
I'm calling from Enugu State.
Thank you very much.
My name is Osama.
Thank you. We are listening. Go ahead. Hello? Please, I want you to go on and say what you have to say. Your voice will come through later. Just go on and make your point. We are listening.
Director, I can see your good work, your hard work. But I want to tell
that is the problem we're having. People don't pay attention. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Hello, Director.
Please, thank you very much. I can hear you. Your name and where you are, my dear sister?
My name is Shama.
It's the network, isn't it? Oh my God, it's gone again. But it's a good thing that women are calling more often now, isn't it? It's a very good thing. It's a fantastic thing to have. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Director.
Thank you. Sir. Good evening. Your name and where you are, please.
This is Obina Wasamba. I'm calling from Enugu, Biafra land.
Thank you. Please go ahead.
Precisely, I'm from Imo State, precisely in defense. I want to thank you for the good work you are doing. I've been trying this number for almost a month now, but I couldn't went to. So I want to be one of the armies, and also I want to be part of the journalists, if I can be able to give that chance. Sir.
Yes, I want to. Hear me? Yeah, I can hear you. If you wait, please, we will take down your details. Give us some time to take down your number as a journalist, please. You don't sound to me like a soldier. You sound like a journalist. And journalist you will be. Yeah. Please.
Yeah. Okay. And this is my number. And also, if you can give me the number that you used to update on WhatsApp so that I can be able to give you some information.
Oh, that's very good. If any of, actually, not just for you, if anybody has news to give us, you can also send us a very short news on WhatsApp. The number for WhatsApp is +44, which is our UK line, our UK studios, +44 78 313 08376. I repeat, please.
Yeah, I repeat.
+44.
Yeah.
78.
Yeah.
313.
313.
Yes, 313. Yes.
Okay.
08376.
Yeah.
08376. 376.
Okay.
Thank you very much. I repeat, +44 78 31 30 8376 for WhatsApp if you have any news at all. If it is more damaging to the zoo, the better. Something that will not showcase this zoo in a good light. We need it here. Let us tell the world how bad they are. Just send it to us and we will read it out live on air. If you don't want your name to be mentioned, don't add your name. As simple as that. He's saying that we must prepare. The dream is that we must prepare before going into battle. And I accept that completely. And wholeheartedly, women are calling more often, which is a very good thing. Brave women. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Director.
Please, your name and where you are?
My name is Aponwalo Enyikwanwa, calling from Tere, Indigenous State.
Enyikwanwa. Thank you very much. Go ahead.
Our Director, I want to thank you for your good work. Keep on moving.
Thank you.
As Chukwa Biama has already ordered you to liberate the children of Biafran. In the name of Chukwa Biama, we are all now free, indeed. And again, I want to ask you a question, Director.
Go ahead.
All these papers is working in the Nigerian view as a leader. Names like Empire of the State, David Mark of Benue State, Ike Kuremado of Enugu State, Ike Dion of Imo State, Giga of Anambra State, Itoji of Anambra. Have they once come to support the Biafran membership?
No, not at all. They can't come anywhere.
What are they waiting for?
Because they know we will not accept them. We don't.
Are they waiting for us to kill them for them before they come and answer you?
No, they will not come, and we do not want them to come because they will corrupt what we are doing. Once they come here, Chukwu Abiyama will leave us alone.
Okay, I'm not. Okay, I'm not talking about Eluchi and Okorocha. They are already in Hausa Muslim. They will not stay in Biafran land. I knew that very soon they must stick run. As a mental mad man, all of them will find a way to run, but they couldn't see routes to escape out. Barato, sir.
Yes, please.
Let's still give them more chance. If they did not come to see you, if they fail to come and see you, they will stick run very soon. Thank you, Director. May the Chika Jama bless you and your family.
He say, and also bless yours, and also bless your own. The caller on the phone,
hello,
can you hear me?
Good evening.
Good evening, my dear brother.
Yeah,
please.
can hear you, Director.
Go ahead, please. Go ahead.
Biko, aga m asụ Igbo na nke a. Ihe nsị ka m kwuo bụ ka m gwa ndị be anyị na onye kpọọ gị na foonu mgbe onye aka ji foonu n'aka ya ị ga na-ahụ onye a ga na-ahụ na foonu ya ohukuo ọ ga-ama na ohukugo. Imetụrụ ohuku ihe ọzọ onye a ga-emezi bụ ọgbanyụọ redio ya nazi ele foonu ya anya ipiki ọ na dị foonu ebido gị rid na-epiki gị obido kwuo okwu ọ na-ekwu ọbụghị onye darịa nọmba ọgbachi nkịtị redio a na-ekwu ipikizie noise redio a na-enekọ nsogbu ọ dị ka ya sị na ha anaghị n'Igbo ị na-asụ ka m kwuo n'oyibo. Please, my dear Biafran people, I just want to put in the information Director normally always give us. Immediately you call the line, continue looking at your phone. Immediately your phone hooks, you will know. If you got connected, you will know. And immediately you got connected, off your radio instantly. Then continue watching your phone. Immediately you began to read that the phone is already picked. Then began to speak. If you're not cognizant of that, you will continue. The director will continue to hello, and the radio will bounce back to him, which is a very deadly noise. Even other radio stations are complaining about this, but I don't know why our people doesn't even learn. They always interest when they call you, they will be even doing other things altogether. When the phone rang, you pick the phone, you'll be saying hello. Immediately you hear hello, can you hear me? Continue making your statement or your contribution or whatever you want to say. Thank you, Director.
And well spoken. I could not have put it any better. Thank you for that. The police said they have identified where they manufactured the bombs that exploded at Enugu. According to this agency report, which means it's a syndicated news coming from News Agency of Nigeria, the police have identified the factory that manufactured the improvised explosive devices that caused the explosion in Enugu State during the March 28 elections. The Inspector General of Police, Mr. Suleiman Abba, disclosed this in Abuja before a closed-door meeting with senior police officers to strategize on security for April 11 elections. Abba said that 3 suspects have been arrested in connection with the incident. The investigation into the incident had reached advanced stage. We have identified even the factory where those IEDs were manufactured. We continue. I think that that alone is a big success. I do apologize for laughing in the middle of the news, but I know why I'm laughing. It will be recalled that the bomb explosion occurred at WTC School 1 polling unit in Enugu on election day. The blast was said to have caused pandemonium as people, including INEC staff and voters, ran for safety. 2 other bombs were also said to have been detonated by the anti-bomb squad of the state command, according to News Agency of Nigeria. That is why it's called an agency news. It's been syndicated. They said they have found a Biafran bomb factory somewhere in Enugu. Ndiara. Oh, God in heaven. This is Radio Biafra. We must continue. We are live and we are direct. And Chukwu Abiyama is our God. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Yeah.
You are not listening. The line is on. I have picked your phone. The caller on the phone, I've taken your call. You must now turn down your system. You must now turn down your system. Women's General Meeting, is that correct? Coming up on the 17th of April. The telephone number to call for the woman leader is 081. I thought we said we're integrating all the meetings. Are women going to have their own separate meeting? You know, we don't want what happened before to happen again. Huh? We don't want to have separate women's meeting. It is about happening here. Huh? Okay. They said it won't happen again. We don't want somebody selling information to police. Biafra Women's General Meeting is coming up on the 17th of April. The number to call for the women leader is 081-361-23826. 081-361-23826. I repeat, that is the number to call for all Biafran women, those of them calling us even when we are not live on air. The number once again is 081-361-23826. That is the number to call for women's meeting coming up on the 17th of April. Thank you very much for that. I don't know how many other callers we have. We continue. The caller on the phone, can you hear me? The caller on the phone, can you hear me? No, your line is very bad. Welcome to the Zoological Republic. Very bad line, I must say. Very, very bad. That is what happens here. The caller on the phone. Yes, are you there?
Yes, Director. Good evening.
Good evening. Your name and where you are, please.
My name is Uche Chukungubo. Can you hear me very clearly?
Of course, the world is listening. Please go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. I give God the glory for getting the Radio Biafra today once again. And I just want to ask Roger Sokorocha, where have you been, been for since we have been suffering in the land of Biafran, that the Malam who have been elected as a terrorist in the Zoologic Republic to call you the leader of Igbo? Do you know my place? Do you know what you have been passing through? Do you know the problem of Igbo people? Who made you the leader? Your brother, an Arabic man, comes to land of Biafran to say you are the leader of Igbo. They are joking. Let me just let the people of Biafran to know. Rocha Sokorocha is bringing Islam to destroy us. He's bringing Islam to make us to not understand the God that we are serving. This moment, I just want to let the people of Biafra to understand this. We don't need to, take it lightly. We need to fight Rocha Sokorocha and push him out of land of Biafra. He is not meant to be any Igbo leader. He don't qualify. He don't have that, power to do that at all. We are not slaves, and we cannot be a slave. How can a Malam, leave their cattle and come to land of Biafra and say Rocha Sokorocha is an Igbo leader? What have he has to begin to say that in the land of Biafra. He's a stupid human being. Buhari is a stupid human being, and I believe soon he's going to die because of the people he has killed in the north, the blood of Igbo people. He has shed the children, the women. He has shed, and he has the impetus to come to Biafran land and begin to open his dirty mouth, useless mouth, and also said that Rochas Okorocha is an Igbo leader. Buhari, you are joking.
Of course,
Buhari, you are joking. Buhari, I say you are joking. You can never do that in the land of you. We have people who have the mind of Igbo people and the Biafran as a large that are struggling for us. So you cannot come here and open your useless mouth as an Emalam. Kato Biaram, come here and begin to open your mouth and say that Rochas Okorocha is an. What has Rochas Okorocha done to Igbo people? And that he deserves to become a leader of Igbo.
He has brought mosque to Olo. He has introduced Arabic studies in Umpo.
That is what he has done. The Rochas Okorocha know the suffer of people in the rural areas where Rochas Okorocha gone in the land of Igbo to know the problem for people in Igbo, that he has now become the leader. Leader to do what? Leader to carry us to the Islamic religion. God punish them and punish their religion, foolish people. Director,
I love the way you spoke. I love it.
Director, continue and continue. We are backing you. As I'm joining, I will not just expose everything here. They need, we will give them what. I'm talking to you. I did not go to the science school, but I'm just telling you honestly.
Even the phone is upset as well. Even the telephone itself is upset. People are complaining they can't get through. Please, we are a worldwide broadcaster. People are calling us from all over the world. Because of the number of people calling us from back here in Biafra land, those from abroad can't even get through. They can't. Because the lines are being flooded with, and it's good. It's a good thing. If you don't get through, keep trying. You may be able to get through, and very soon we'll be able to run for 24 hours a day. So people will have the time and the opportunity for everybody to speak. Please, we are working on that. I want to get the name of our brother or sister. I don't know who this person is. That contacted us all the way from Bolivia. My goodness me. Bolivia. Hey, Bolivia. So what it means is that very soon a Biafran family will also spring up in Bolivia. I don't know. When the other one game word in here, Bacon. It's only IPOB. It is only IP too much. Oh Lord. People are saying that it's very weird that they are listening to Radio Biafra for the very first time today. It is weird, they said. Some are still even scared. They can't even give their names. And what is your name? What is your name so I can read out your message? If I don't have your name, how can I read out your message? Very, very important. I need your name. I don't need cowards around me. I can't stand them. Biafra existed before Britain. How can you ask me not to bear my own name? And I keep wondering, why is it that they're afraid? There must be something inside Biafra, that everybody is scared of that name. What is it about Biafra that Hausa is afraid, Fulani is afraid, Britain is afraid, Yoruba is afraid? Everybody is scared of the word Biafra. Why? It's the name that if you mention it, you become saved. Biafra. The name one is Yoku. We cure illness and diseases. Every problem you have, you come here, it is solved. We solve it here. This is Radio Biafra, live and direct, and humanity is listening. People are listening, including Bolivia, Chile, South America. We are, of course, we have a new family in Sao Paulo, in Brazil. That's how formidable we are. When you have nothing to compare, there is no basis for comparison. It's clear for the whole world to see. If you want to get Biafra, go and join the nearest IPOB family. We know how it is done. And we get Biafra in truth and honesty because we do not lie. And I had to ask him. We say we can do it. We're not like Nigerian police. They have discovered a bomb factory. Who told you? Discover Jika Wede. You think you're playing with children? It's just an appetizer. The real stuff is coming. The caller on the phone, can you hear me? The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Good evening, sir, Director.
Yes, please. Your name and where you are, if you may.
My name is Chukwudi from Onitsha.
Thank you very much. Please go ahead. The world is listening.
I'm an engineer welding, but, sir, there is one thing I want to say by this matter.
Go ahead.
This issue of this Buhari winning and other things, I don't want to hear the noise because we know say that the sharing of the matter is because of our oil. Without our oil, we're supposed to go outside the seas because all this monkey and the baboon, they don't know who is who because since was outside there for the seat, there is nothing there like Boko Haram. But once he have somebody like an idiot like Good Luck, then started showing us about there is so, sir.
Yes.
Only one thing I want to say that, please, I want to be a Biafran soldier. I don't want to be anything again except Biafran soldier. That is my opinion.
Yes, but you said, of course, you can be. So you said you're a welder. Is that correct? You weld things. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you have work to do as well for your country. Thank you very much for that. Thank you very, very much. And we will, of course, contact you. We are building the very finest army that the world has ever known. We are building it here on this very soil, very slowly. As you know, it's IPOB. We do things gradually but assuredly. In the end, it will happen. In the end, what is that? I cannot hear it because there is actually a this is amazing. There is, yes, of course, we will get to it in a minute. We'll get to it. There is ZJB WhatsApp is carrying it actually. Montserrat Radio is carrying our signal. That is how powerful we are. Montserrat Radio is carrying our signal. I told you we are global. Even those we don't know, they are carrying Radio Biafra signal. Foreign countries are. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Yes, Director. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, my dear brother. Please, your name and where you are.
I'm Onyemechi Ikwoma.
Thank you. Thank you. Please go ahead.
Because I think I'm Kelege.
Thank you. Of course, yes. Of course, now.
Cameroon na Biafra. Cameroon na Biafra. Igbo man obula na Cameroon ha na Biafra. Cameroon amagon Igbo. They don't know anything Igbo. Yama Biafra. Gina has to oku ya say this Biafra person, this Biafra man, this Biafra woman.
Is it after the war or before the war? I want to know this.
After the war. Okay. After the war. Okay. Just about 10 years ago, because it's never and water. So, about our cyber and the Taliban Igbo. But after that, I Biafra. I want to do is a Biafra. So, Obi the motor, no, he put an Ekuku, but was Rike. How many years ago? Right from time that no way serious person. Because I'm my own here, mess na first word here. Yan and there, Bakasi, then Mazo, Bobble or Gonada. Then has no way freedom fighter. And who me as a freedom fighter since Matagono. So Biko, Gawani, Chuka Dama, Gozigi. Oga Babu me.
Thank you.
You can make it there, yeah, in Misty.
Nah,
Jesus Christ, only why.
Thank you very much. Thank you for that. Thank you. You are exceptionally kind with your words, this is Radio Biafra. And our Skype is also open if it can function. That is, we are here, we are live, we are direct. The time now is approximately, should I say, 19 minutes, I should say. Is it 19? Yes, about that. 19 minutes to 11 p.m. here in Biafra land. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Good evening, Director.
Good evening. Your name and where you are, please.
You are blessed.
And so
my name
also.
Is yes, my name is and I'm calling from Aba. But I'm from Imo State.
Thank you very much. Go ahead.
Yes, Director, thank you so much for all you have been doing. I've been listening to Radio Biafra, and I'm hearing all you have been saying here. All you have been saying is truth. Honestly, I'm appreciating you what you are doing. You lead us to the promised land. Honestly, may Chuku Adiyama be with you and guide you, protect you and your family in whatever you are doing in this very struggle. In the name of Jesus.
Thank you.
Yeah, Director, I want to comment about this very man, Biare and Richard. You can see this very man just came to Imo State to show us that truly that Richard is one of the Islamic. Because why he give him such posts? He just want to use that very man, that very criminal, to dominate everything in Ebola, in the Biafra land. And I'm assuring you, he can never succeed. Because he has made us to know where he is heading. He has made us to know what he has as a plan. And that shows us that the person that he said, called himself Richard or whatsoever, is not with us. It's not an Igbo man. Come to joining the Biafra, looking for you. I'm just telling you right now that the man is a saboteur. He just want to come in to know what we are doing, then we can go out there to say Biafra, but Chukwuadiana cannot allow him to succeed. So, Director, please, the Wazirike of Athens, that man, he really disappointed us. Unfortunately, so many people, he is the highest murderer. He is the highest murderer, the criminal we know. When this man gathered every one of us in his place at Oakland, he keep on asking us to bring money. Every month we keep going to meet in that very place. Could we imagine that this man don't have second? When we ask him of second, he keep telling us that we're not supposed to have second because we are doing struggle. But you look at how so many people are calling you all over the world to show that you are working with some people, to show that there is people that have come out to fight to get this very Biafra. That's to show us that what you are doing is real. Honestly, I wasn't interested on all these things, but since I keep listening to the Radio Biafra, I now find out that this is the way God wants to deliver us from the hands of our enemies in Nigeria. So, my dear Director, I thank you so much for all your efforts, for everything you are doing. I am telling you, nobody is going to stop you. Whosoever that will rise against you, God will send fire from heaven above to smash such person. Because Nigeria hates truth, and that is why they are lagging behind. Nigeria don't like anybody telling them truth. When they see you saying truth, they will keep pursuing you. All they know is that very evil plan, evil heart they have. But it will never succeed in Biafra land. I thank you for making us to know our brothers. I'm giving you all the support. Whenever you need, this is my number. Whenever you need, may call me on this very line, tell me that you need, I will be in full support of what you are doing. And I'm telling you that I am mobilizing people this very place, telling them, look at what is going on. Even the people that followed us during the time of that very massacre, honestly, I have called them and told them what is happening, and all of them is now turning back. They are leaving Owazirike by fire, by force. He will never succeed again because he has betrayed us. We built that very house that we call Freedom House in Igbo. We challenge the high people in the Nigerian army in that very Igbo. From Okwe to Ezelu, face to face. Many have died because of that very man. He has never asked of anybody. He keeps us telling us to bring him money for him. We keep giving him money. This man cannot appreciate. He cannot tell us the truth. Tell us where we are heading to. I'm telling you, that man is a disappointment. It's a very big disappointment to us, to Biafra in general. And it will never over him well. May Chukwuabiyama be with you, guide you, protect you. No eyes of enemy will see you. In the name of Jesus.
Thank you very much for that. Thank you. One thing we have in abundance is truthfulness and honesty. I don't lie. I have 2 cars parked outside. People gave them to me. Anything we want, we get. There is nothing, anything we want, we get. So there's no need to lie. In fact, it's on Radio Biafra IPOB that we discovered that being truthful pays more than lying. There is nothing we want we cannot get. Nothing. The thing we ask Chukwuabiyama, we know we're going to get is Biafra. That is how we're going to be judged. Did Biafra come under your watch or not? That's all. As our brother was saying, our dear sister Naija from Germany is our chief finance officer, along with all the Biafran families in Germany. They take care of our finances in Germany. If you want us to announce it openly, we tell you how much you contribute every month. We can tell you live on air. We've done it before, many times. Is that a big deal? Because we have nothing to hide. This very movement, for those who don't know, my deputy is Uche Mefo, who is in London right now, as I'm in Biafra land. Him and Barrister Mezu make up the editorial board of Radio Biafra. We are telling you how we are different from Onyoshi, Fajon of our time was Rike. On a day-to-day basis, this very effort we are making is run from our office, our embassy in Victoria in northern Spain. Write all these things down in case some idiot somewhere wants to compare light with darkness. Masop is darkness. We are headquartered in Victoria, Spain. Our embassy is there. Go online and Google Biafran Embassy. It is there. You will see it live and direct. I opened it. We came from all over the world. Obido Bienu was there. Our Los Angeles coordinator. Our COC was there. From Houston, Texas. People came from Israel. All over the world. We converged in Spain to, in fact, in the Basque country, to open our embassy. Every blessed day, if you call our embassy, the receptionist will answer the call and transfer your call to Mazi Uchenna Asiebu, who is our head of Directorate of State, a principal officer of state, running this very effort on a day-to-day basis. We have our COC. Then in each continent, we have a continental representative. Then the countries and the continents, they have national coordinators. Then in the towns, in the streets, in the villages, we have zonal coordinators. Now you see how big we are. And each of them, they have their treasurer, all the way through financial secretary, treasurer, all of them going down to the last bit. So nothing is hidden here. We want to run Biafra so we will be more transparent than the USA. Very, very open. Contracts published. Everything. So there will be no room for stealing and hiding. We know what we are doing, believe you me. Because we went to school. The caller on Skype, can you hear me?
Hello.
Yes, please. The caller on Skype, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you, Director.
Thank you very much. Your name and where you are, please. Your name and where you are.
Okay, my name is Ugochukwu Francis Njoko. I'm calling from Senegal.
Thank you very much. Please go ahead.
And I'm from Imo State, Isalambano, Biafra land.
Thank you.
Biafra, Director, I want to thank you for what you are doing to make sure that Biafra come back. I say, let the God of Chukwuabiama guide and protect you.
He said,
and make a way for you.
He said, and you too.
You will not die before you will not die before your time.
He said, even if I do in defense of my country, then so be it. I'm not afraid of death. That's why I do what I do. I am not.
You will not die.
No, I'm making it very, very clear. I am not afraid of death. Everything born of a woman will die one day. How you meet your death is what defines you as a human being. I'm not afraid of death. Please go ahead.
So, Director, there is a lot of people. When you are telling them about this Biafra, they cannot agree to listen to you. There is one of my friend. I'm telling him about this Biafra. He said that as far as Buhari have already entered into power, and everything we are doing in this Biafra, or they're calling on radio, all those things is nonsense. Hello?
Why do you bother listening to idiots? Don't you have something better to do? If you sit down and you're debating with somebody who don't understand the meaning of media, that means you're debasing yourself. It means you don't know what you're doing. It means you don't have brain. For you to sit down and be talking about why do you go to Yoruba churches? I'm asking you. Is it not because of Yoruba media? They tell you that their pastor is good. Pastor Shimolowe is very good. This one is a prophet of. They saw that Jonathan is going to lose. I knew that Jonathan would lose 2.5 years ago, and I told him he would lose. Ask Jonathan, he will tell you. You don't know the meaning of media, and you're discussing with somebody who don't understand what media is all about. Are you not foolish to be sitting down with somebody and talking about media? Something they know. Without media, how can we have people in Bolivia listening? I'm talking about Biafra in Bolivia, and they you're buying and selling. I don't believe in entertaining stupid discussions with idiots. The caller on Skype, can you hear me? No, not at all. Not paying attention. The caller on Skype, can you hear me? The caller on Skype, can you hear me?
Yes, I might be on to director.
Yes, you are. Your name and where you are, please.
Good evening, my honorable director.
Good evening.
My name is Mada Buchude. I'm calling from Reg, Belgium.
You're calling from Belgium?
Yes, sir. I'm calling from Belgium, from Reg.
Thank you. Belgium. Reg in Belgium. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Yes, I'm origin from Ngwo. In the Underwood local government.
Whoa.
Well, Director, I've been trying to call the Radio Biafra for past almost 1 month now, but I thank Chukwuabiama that I'm able to get in touch tonight. So what I'm saying tonight is this: based on, I will go back to the issue of Ejike Mpaka. I think I will speak it in Igbo, like when my people say that somebody who put his fingers in his anus. In the anus of the woman, either he touch shit or urine. So he is the one. For him to mind his adoration business, he went to involve himself into a politician issue. So whatever is passing through between him and Goodluck Jonathan, I think the Biafran should not supposed to involve themselves. Let us put them aside. Secondly, for us about those people at in Lagos, SND or whatever they call themselves, I think in the other way around, I may not blame some of the Biafran people that reside in Lagos, building houses over there, even in the north. sometimes when you come to the home, like in villages, you can find out that we are the problem to ourselves. You can imagine some people living abroad, when you after your hard working and hard earning, when you come home, you will find out that the people, the elders, even your age mates, you will not find it easy with you. Everybody will become jealous to you. They even try, they will be doing all their possible best. They eliminate you. So sometimes for some people that are working, they are running for their safety, for their life, they will go to another man's land to build a house, to develop there for their safety. So I'm not blaming them so much. But in other way, the way I'm blaming them, even those people who call themselves SND or whatever, I think some of them are foolish. Who even made them the king? They claim to be kings, the representatives of Igbo or whatever they might call themselves. So please, director, I want us to, whatever that we are doing, we have to be very, very careful. Those kind of people, we need to do what? To caution them, to have a way to reach them, let them know what is going on, because some of them, they are chasing money, they are after money. They are not even care to know anything about RadioBiafra or whatever. So please, let us look deeply into the cause of this issue. I mean about those people in Lagos, because such fatal statements from the Oba of Lagos is very, very bad. Very, very bad. Very, very, very bad. So what I'm saying tonight is this, director, those people, most of us who are living the diaspora, it's not our fault. Those people who are investing in Lagos or doing this. I know some of people, even one of my friends traveled last time over there in Nigeria. He was there, he spent almost a month in the hotel. Imagine that, but he has a family. Because why he spent 1 month in the hotel? Because he's running after his life. Let's assume that he traveled to the village, maybe 2-3 days, they will kill him. So that is the problem. We are the problem to ourselves. Why the Biafra have not yet come for how many years? Now it's because of we Igbos. Yeah? We Igbos. So I think some certain issue we need to put to look onto to know how we can solve it, because sometimes you cannot even find it at home. That is the problem. Thank you, Director, and I want to use this opportunity to say, may Chukwu Abiyama, the Most High God, keep protecting you, strengthening you, and bless you abundantly and your family. In Chukwu Abiyama's name, I pray. Thank you.
He said, thank you very much for that. Thank you. This is Radio Biafra. We are live. We are direct. The time now is almost 2 minutes I should say, to 11 p.m. And at this point, we must draw this very program to a deserved conclusion, or deserved conclusion for the ED to be silent. A deserved conclusion this very evening. We thank each and every one of you that have made it a success. Our Skype came up eventually, and too many of you are calling. If we stay here for a week, people will call us 24 hours in that whole week. And please, maybe one day we need to try and do that. Take a whole week for people to speak on Radio Biafra as much as possible. Even just turn on Radio Biafra for people to be speaking. No news, nothing. People just be calling in with their views and their opinions. That's all. Maybe we should try and do that more often. That will put us, or at least be able to alleviate some of the congestion we experience during live broadcast. I thank all of you for having listened to us today. Some of you came to us never quite knowing exactly and precisely what we are all about. But now I am sure, having listened to us this very evening, you are more conversant with what we stand for, which is Biafra. And in the process, you have also now realized that the passion that we use to preach about Biafra here makes Biafra eligibly, I should say, a religion. Biafra is our religion. Here on Radio Biafra is where we worship, and we only worship Chukwu Abiyama. He never ever changes. He told us in Exodus chapter 20, you will not worship anything else apart from me. I am not human. He never ever changes. That is why, if you don't know Exodus chapter 20 verse 1, you don't know Chukwu Abiyama in heaven. You don't know God. I don't bow down before any image idol. You must be dreaming. That is why I know that Biafra will come. The very moment that Chukwu Abiyama put that pure thought in our hearts, I knew that Biafra was coming. Some of you have doubt, you have fear. Like when we said we'll stop election, they thought we were joking. Did people go out to vote? The answer is no. What voted was 9% voted. The rest, 91%, did not vote. We are calling for the same boycott on this Saturday. Don't vote for them. Your life will be made even more miserable. Do you want America to talk about you and your problem? Sit at home, don't go to vote. You saw the way they were writing about Igbo this, they have lost out. Igbo this, because we said we are not going to vote. They will talk about you. And because we worship Heavenly Father here, Chukwu Abiyama will bless and guide each and every one of you, even those that surround me, and work for you in secret. We know what we are doing. I don't do this work alone. There are those you don't hear about every blessed day. They are going about. One of them right now is not here. He's in Aba. People are working hard behind the scenes. Very, very hard. As part of the staff that I have here. Working for our country. Of course, under my supervision. Chukwama will bless them. Bless all of their families. All those of you that listen today. Preserve and keep you all. If you are honest and truthful to yourself. Because truth is life. This same Chukwu Abiyama will bless Biafra. Immensely, immensely Biafra will be blessed. From me, on behalf of the crew that I have here with me, from this beautiful land of Biafra, it is good evening.
All hail Biafra, land of the rising sun, we love and cherish, we have vanquished our enemies, all hail Biafra, God bless Biafra, in him we trust, shout it, sing it, all hail Biafra. God bless Biafra. We have emerged triumphant from all our foes.